cummy fuckhole.
Hello, and welcome all to MultiTap Theatre. The following is an entertainment show with special focus on the modern and retro gaming eras. Explicit language and content is utilized for emphasis and flourish, so please monitor children's listening. Yes, listener discretion is most gravely advised. The hosts welcome all audiences and encourage audience participation in most forms. Any visual or oral resemblance to any person living, famous, or deceased is strictly intentional. And now, for your listening pleasure, MultiTap Theatre podcast.
Well, no time like the present to start now. So, welcome to MultiTap Returns episode X3rd, X13. This is episode 13 for those keeping... Is it 13?
Mm-hmm.
For those keeping track, it's 13. And December 7th in the year of our Lord, the 2014.
I like that you're adding the dates now.
Yeah, and it's gonna get fancier as we go on. It's gonna take 20 minutes eventually to announce what day it is.
I should say the date ahead of time. I mean, like in the future. Like this is December the. I don't even know what date it is.
This is December 25th.
So this is December the 25th, 2014. Welcome to MultiTap Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, date first.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. You cummy fuckholes. This is, I think, like the drunk cast was the Eat a Dick episode. Mm-hmm. This is the cummy fuckhole episode.
Nice.
Anyways, so we're a little quiet because we're in a sacred space. Not really. But we're a little quiet, so this episode is going to be a little tame. We're also minus a person. We're minus an Aaron.
We can be loud, guys.
For those of you,
okay,
like for those of you that don't know our voices already, I'm only getting quieter. I'm getting closer to the mic.
3.
We're gonna sound like NPR if we keep being quiet.
We're gonna
That's
what?
true.
We're gonna sound like NPR.
We. That's neat. That's neat.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'd have to quit.
Sweaty balls.
Sound like NPR.
I'll probably get a little louder as my inhibitions go away from drinking so much Mountain Dew that has been spiked with God knows what you put in it. So, no Aaron, so probably know who would win unless you set one up.
I didn't. I did, and then I didn't.
Okay.
I got confused about your message.
That's fine.
We will go without it, but we will have shit. This means I need to put in the theme song, but we have a bringing it back. We have a bit by bit game on tap and a main event. It's our.
We also have some trivia.
We do have trivia.
We don't have Aaron, but who do we have with us today?
We have, and I'm going to start with myself because I always forget by the time I go around Robin.
Who are you?
My name is Piper,
What?
and I tend to record this podcast.
What's your question for the day?
Shit.
That's not a question.
That was an expletive. Let's see here. Coke or Pepsi? Products, mind you, not the Coke or the Pepsi, but you're like, Mountain Dew is a Pepsi product. Me? I think I go Pepsi just because Mountain Dew. It has Mountain Dew. And I love it. I don't really drink it anymore, but I love it. Like a lot.
That's cool.
It's the best tasting of the sodas.
Yeah.
I've been addicted since I was 1 year old. There's a video.
1 year old?
1 year old. I'm adding.
Oh, okay.
I'm adding too many sequels. Little the plurals like every Ground Zeroes and Crimes and Punishments.
The Troubles.
I did have at Barnes and Nobles.
The Troubles. Pornos. Barnes and Nobles. Anyways, yeah, so I choose those. There's video evidence of my dad giving me, on my first birthday at the Denver, Colorado Zoo, Mountain Dew, and my mom's not looking. Yeah. I sit there just like,
hyper?
Well, yeah, it's like the cup was huge compared to my face,
Mm-hmm.
and it was me like trying to like drink it, but it was too much for a 1 year old to try to hold the, and it wasn't in a bottle or anything, so
Right.
it was awkward. Anyways, Mountain Dew.
Very
So
good.
Pepsi.
All right.
I'm gonna go left hand. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Irene.
What's your title?
My title,
Yeah.
Princess
You are a
_
princess.
Irene
Irene
at twitter.com.
at twitter.com
You are
is my full
royalty.
name.
Please don't leave that out of the
Oh,
podcast.
my mistake.
People need to know how to address you.
Okay. You can address me as mistress, or you're
Whoa.
like the coolest, or I don't know. Wait, maybe not mistress. Yeah.
Rethinking this
Just
mistress thing.
Cut that out of there.
You could call me mistress though.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mistress, thank you.
Yeah.
That's a nice ring.
It kind of does. Okay, I'm stealing that from you.
Okay.
You can be princess, I'll be mistress.
Yay.
Coke or Pepsi?
I don't know. Which one has Sierra Mist?
Is that Coke?
I think it's Coke.
Coke. Then I think it's Coke.
We could be
Sierra Mist
wrong though.
is- No,
Wait,
it's
no.
Sprite. Coke is Sprite.
Coke is Sprite. Sierra Mist is
Wait,
Pepsi because they
Sprite's
serve that at Taco Bell.
Sprite is... Oh,
Coke.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Pepsi?
It's Pepsi.
Oh, damn. Because I like Coke for, like, cola.
Just regular Coke.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
it's sweeter. But
Hmm.
Sierra Mist, the cranberry Sierra Mist is, like, my favorite
Oh
soda.
my gosh.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Yeah.
Slight tangent. Just the tiniest one. I've been
Yes.
getting down on some cranberry Sierra Mist recently.
What do you think I'm getting down on right now?
I thought it was booze.
Booze?
Son. Yeah. It's not spiked or it's
I
just
don't
cranberry
drink.
Sierra Mist.
That's just cranberry.
Fine.
Fine.
Everybody who listened to the drunk cast, disregard that. She drank all day.
Until we got to the podcast.
Until we got to the
and I was
podcast,
like,
and
I
then she was
better
like,
not.
I don't
I gotta
drink.
sober up. I don't drink for the next 3 hours.
For, just to save face on the internets.
Exactly.
I am not a lush. Anyways, yeah, that shit is great.
I'm so sad that they only have it during the holidays.
I know.
I
but
could buy
I'm-
like a bunch of it.
But I'm happy they don't just sell it in December. Like, they
Right.
started selling it in, like, October or, like, in the very, very beginning of November.
Yeah, because you need it for Thanksgiving also. So,
So good.
Right.
Anyways,
what is the title of the next person in line?
what is the title of the next person in line? What's your title?
Hobo.
Cool. What's your
Hobo.
name?
Chris.
Hobo Chris.
Yes.
I like it.
I like it as well.
I gotta go. Okay. I gotta go Pepsi because Mountain Dew for the same reason that you did.
So we
I
got
love Mountain
3
Dew.
Pepsis.
But if we're talking straight up cola,
Sure.
straight up cola, I'm going with Coke.
Interesting. I think
I
I
think-
go Pepsi still, so 2 Cokes and a Pepsi, just for the drink themselves.
Yeah, I think a Coke on a hot day is fantastic. But if I'm picking a company, I got to go with the company that has Mountain Dew because Mountain Dew is a joy.
It's a solid product.
It's a staple, really. in
Think
our
about
household.
the image that it evokes in there, just like,
Of Mountain Dew.
yeah, just
It's just
dripping off
tasty.
of.
But I looked up. Actually, I was concerned because I wanted to know which company had A&W. Because
Mhm.
if one of them
And
had
it's
A&W,
A&W, I think.
yeah, A&W is actually independent.
Right.
But
Who does Barks?
Coke?
Fuck.
Barks is good.
I'm a root beer connoisseur, and Barks is
I love
of the domestic root beers, not
Mhm.
like
The domestic.
craft or whatever like that, but yeah, the ones that are just like,
I
have
love-
these.
I love root beer.
Oh man, Barks is the best of the root beers that you can just get
I like
canned.
Barks. As far as canned root beers, Barks.
As far as
are-
canned, yeah, if we're gonna go bottled,
Yeah.
it's all about Sprecher, and then either Henry
Like
Weinhard's
Henry
or
Weinhard's,
yeah,
Even IBC's got a good one.
IBC does have a good one.
IBC's got a good cream soda.
I think we should pair up with Fistful of Potions and do a food cast.
That's a
They did
great
Fistful
idea.
of Snacks because we've already been like 5 minutes talking about food right now.
Let's
It
move
could
past
be
it.
multi-snack.
Whoa.
I love it.
Return to the
Oh,
Multi-Snack Podcast.
It's done. We're doing it.
We're doing that. That's our. Well, they did it for 100th episode, so
Mm.
we'll see you guys in. Yeah.
97 episodes.
Yeah.
I mean 87.
87 episodes. We'll have multi-snack. Anyways, we have absolutely 0 mail. So talking about food took over our mail slot.
That's okay.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I like that.
Why not?
I like food better like mail.
I
That's
don't.
not true.
Yeah. I like it.
I'm so sad. I'm gonna cry all day. Anyways, so we're starting with bringing it back on the MultiTap Podcast. Talking about video games. Talking about things they miss from gaming. Bringing it back on the MultiTap Podcast. Talking about retro. Wearing that cool nostalgic goggles. Oh, yeah.
Are we? Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah, and I see a pink name attached to bring it back.
That must be me.
Well,
I'm a girl.
it could be the mistress.
Pink it could be the mistress. Could.
Let's
but
not take it away. But
right,
it's not. It's
yeah.
you. It's
Super not.
yeah. It's super not.
It's super not even like
It's not
close.
even you.
Right. So for my bringing it back, I thought maybe we could talk about bringing back some durable consoles
Mm-hmm.
because consoles nowadays do not last. So
I agree with that. I was
Yeah.
thinking about this the other day actually too. Where I was talking to somebody about, they said they're going to get an Xbox or a PlayStation, and I said, "What games do you like?" I started with, "What games do you like?" I
Good.
still have that GameStop mentality when people go like, "Oh, I don't know about this," and I go in with the GameStop like, well, do you play with friends online? What kind of games do you like? And I do that whole little, interrogation.
sure.
But I go with the games. I said, "What exclusives are you after?" And they didn't know. They were just kind of generic gaming. So I was like, "Well, do you like these games or these games?" Um, their first concern was, I don't know if it's going to red ring. And I'm like, well, unlikely because I don't think either of these systems have like a ring system anymore. But I know what you're talking about. They want like yellow light or red light or something.
Right.
Um, and it made me think back to when systems started doing that. Like when they started fucking up within the first, you had this little span of time to where you probably don't want to buy a system until they work the kinks out. But that didn't used to, like, you could just go buy a Nintendo, an NES, and not have to worry about like, oh, I don't want the one that's like got the crooked teeth inside of it, and
If we're talking
that was just a defect.
durability, then the old systems, it's almost a guarantee that if you pull an NES from anywhere that is not fully destroyed, like physically destroyed, like if you look at it and it physically is intact, that shit works.
Right.
Like I promise.
I still have mine. I still have both mine.
It will work. Even if it doesn't work, you have to just abuse it a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
You hit it and smack it around.
It is. It's just like
blowing
giving like
it. Everybody has their own techniques, but
a little whip behind the wrist, like
yeah.
you would with a towel.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
just bang, and then like it shifts something inside.
It'll work.
To the hardware.
Somebody do that to our
The only
Super
thing-
Nintendo because it's not working.
The only
Okay,
thing-
yeah, we
I
got
can get
that
your
right
Super
now.
Nintendo working, no problem.
All right.
But the only thing
Not the
that-
little guy, and it's my fist.
The only thing you have to worry about with the older systems was discolorization.
Yes.
But the newer systems, I mean, ever since the the PS2 had a lot of problems.
So it's never
But-
this is never something you can say nowadays, but back in the day it's like, so I punched the system to make it work and now Mario's purple.
Mm-hmm.
Dad, I need a new NES. Like,
Yeah, that was
took all of
something that only cartridges would happen because I mean, you could move the teeth contact into the system and it would read a line of data differently, and
Yeah.
Mario is then purple and running on the ceiling.
Wait, Dad, a new NES? Don't you mean like, yay, a new game? Because now I have a purple Mario.
that's true.
It's a new gameplay
This is-
experience.
No,
a
but it
different
won't-
skin.
Two
It's not
times the
stable.
game because now he's purple, but then we can never go back to red Mario.
It's not stable.
That's
Well,
true.
you know, it won't stay because you'll get to a point and it'll freeze, and then you have to.
Yeah. Now, also durability of games.
Right.
With those, because you could play the ocarina, the pan flute with your NES cartridge, all better.
Right.
Although it would fuck up a lot more than discs do.
Well, so
You'd have to blow out the dust and stuff like that, like almost every few times you played.
in theory, in theory, a disc is a much better medium for games because there is technically never contact with the actual disc surface
Right.
and the system. It's optical, just read with the laser, so it never touches. It never touches the actual system. Whereas a cartridge, every time you put that cartridge into your system, you're sliding that ROM chip into teeth. It's grinding against it. I mean,
Mhm.
every time you do it, it's like playing a cassette tape. The more you play it, the shittier it'll
Oh,
sound.
Yeah.
And so, technically, a disc is a better format. However, in practice,
You gotta take care of your disc.
you gotta take care of it. You gotta not be an asshole and just throw your discs, wherever wherever you want. You have to put them back in the case.
Which, having worked at GameStop, that is not a
Oh,
common
no,
practice in
it
the
never
American
is.
household. I
No.
mean,
It never is. And so
Especially
discs
with kids.
always get scratched, which is why you have every fucking place like Best Buy and GameStop offering, disc scratch guarantees and shit for
it's
$8.
just $3, Chris. Get off of.
They can cummy holes.
I like how in that we can see the shift from last episode to this episode.
You
Just
Takes
needed-
a minute, you know.
There's-
You
they,
gotta
they are
evolve.
cummy
adjust,
fuckholes,
Yeah.
is what they are.
gotta evolve. But
Yeah.
Making cummy fuckholes, damn it.
yeah, god damn it. They take their $3 and
Shove
Shove
it
in
up
their
there.
cummy
Cummy
fuckle.
yeah. So
Oh, yes. It was worth sending that text to you. This is going to be perfect.
It's getting
Okay.
better. So like, because Blu-ray discs are the medium now, and Blu-ray discs look like DVD ROMs, but they're actually a lot more durable.
They do. The ones, okay, so the Wii U discs are, for some reason, they have these rounded edges.
Yeah, they're soft.
They're all like,
They're
yeah,
real nice.
they are real nice. They're
Mhm.
soft, and they're not just like a, you go buy an Offspring CD. It's all like just not even beveled. It's just straight on the edges, so it's all sharp. But these ones are a pleasure to handle, and the only thing you have to worry about, you can even really scratch those if you leave them somewhere. They don't scratch that easily. You just have to worry about fingerprints,
Mm.
and that's like that can be just fixed with a cloth if you have
Microfiber.
Microfiber.
Yeah.
That's not even bad. It's not
No.
a bad deal.
Discs are getting better. Blu-ray discs, you could take steel wool to a Blu-ray,
Can you really?
yeah, and it will look like it's scratched. It'll still read. Blu-ray discs
Wow.
are extremely durable, super durable.
Listener base, homework.
Steel wool.
Steel
let us
wool
know.
all of your discs and
Blu-ray.
fact check us. Well, fact check Chris.
I'm sure.
Hobo Chris.
I'm sure at a certain point, your steel wool will have done enough damage.
It's like it goes right through the disc. It's like, nah,
However,
it's still in
a
play.
light steel wool scratch, you're gonna be okay.
We're gonna be doing this podcast like 7 years from now. Chris will be like, "Yeah, you know those new CDs, those new discs that you get? You could take a blowtorch just straight through those things. They're fine. I mean,
Yeah.
they look horrible, but they'll play.
They'll play.
You
And
can
that's what
like
matters.
kick it
When
in
that's-
half, like it'll still play.
Yeah." So, anyways, what was the first system that started to fuck up like that? Because it wasn't the NES and it wasn't the SNES. They didn't have like serious issues at the beginning.
Or
Alright, so
that
let's get-
generation.
Or
Yeah,
that
so
generation.
let's go by generation.
So let's start
Right.
probably
The
starting at
NES generation was fine
fine.
because you had NES, you had Master System. It's just that the generation after that was a 16-bit generation. You had TurboGrafx, you had Genesis, you had Super
Genesis.
Nintendo, you had
Sega Genesis.
and Neo Geo's even in that category. But then the next generation, and those are all fine. Next generation,
Those are cartridge based though, right? Neo Geo.
yeah, that
So-
version of Neo Geo was.
Right.
But then after that, you got 32-bit. So you got PlayStation, you got
PlayStation
Saturn. Then you got a bunch of others that don't really matter. You got the Jaguar,
3DO?
you got the 3DO, you got
Right.
the CDI. Those don't really matter, but
But did those start fucking up
no,
pretty
those
badly?
didn't break. But I mean,
They didn't have like a launch problem?
no,
Where they like
they didn't. None of them did. But it's hard to really gauge that because I mean, they sold like 15 3DOs. You know what I mean?
right.
So you can't really like say.
15, one of them was to you.
I have a
or-
3D. Yeah, I bought a 3DO.
Right.
But I bought it off a friend actually. I didn't buy it new because they were like $700 when they came out.
Yeah.
And in like 1993 when it came out, that was like $1 million. So
Right.
Yeah.
That's still kind of $1 million for me.
$700 now launching a system is too high.
That's
Imagine that
ridiculous,
in
yeah.
'93. You
What
know
would
what I mean?
the last generation was what, 400? Was it
No,
400?
the PS3 launched at 600. Launched
And
at
that was
600.
yeah, and people rioted.
Yeah.
People were just like, "No, I won't pay it."
Yeah.
And they went fine. 700, man. Like in what year was that? 90.
The PS3?
No, 3DO.
The 3D was '93.
93. Oh my god. That
That really is like $1 million.
Yeah.
I would kind of like.
Irene's cat is trying to eviscerate
crazy.
her arm.
Oh man, and he's like kicking against it like
That's
a
what they do.
kangaroo.
Yeah.
Well, that
I've never seen a cat do
That's
that.
what cats do.
Really?
They hold the prey with their
No.
arms.
This is why he's an asshole. You're like, oh, he's so
He's
nice.
playing.
He's so cute.
They hold
Well-
the prey with their front legs, and the hind legs literally spill the guts.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see. So dropping cat knowledge on the listener base.
I learned that from my cat.
Try
Candy.
her.
I learned that from my cat, who spilled the blood of my wrist.
She does that all the time. She's a wild cat.
Hobo Kristen is wild.
So I think
So good.
I think the first generation of issues is PS2.
Did that have launch like? I
There-
wouldn't want to say like manufacturer defect ones where they had. Did they issue a corporate
There
thing
were
where they're just like, you can send this back after a year?
there were defective PS2s. I remember. They kept having the discrete error issue. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
I was working at what I worked the PS2 launch,
Oh, I actually do remember that.
and yeah, PS2s were getting discrete errors. A lot of them were having trouble reading CD-ROMs. So PS2 games were split. Some were on CD, some were on DVDs. The CD-ROM ones are the actual discs that are blue. You guys seen the blue discs?
Mm-hmm.
Those are CD-ROMs.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the discs that most PS2s had trouble reading. But I mean, they ironed that out. So I think the PS2 is the first one. No, the PS3 and the Xbox 360 is where it gets fucked.
Right, because PS3
Because-
had yellow light.
PS3 had the yellow light, which was horrible, but
Right.
it was nowhere near as widespread as the fucking Xbox
The
360's Red Ring of Death. That shit was
they have the rod.
that
Like
shit was ridiculous
that's a just a phenomenon now. Like people know about that. That was
because every single person who has a 360 had a red ring at one point in their life. I bet.
how many red rings did you have?
I had one,
You did one. I hit three.
but well, I
I
had
sent it
one.
back every damn time.
The reason I didn't have a second one is because after my first one red ringed, I didn't replace it.
Did you not?
I was outside my warranty, and so I was like, fuck it, I'm not buying a new 360.
We eventually replaced it with the Elite. The Elite one was out, and they said you can pay like I don't know, $40 or like $30 more to get the Elite one. And we're like, yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
do that if you promise it's not going to do this.
Well,
But you're fucking us out of $30 that we wouldn't have had to pay because your system should work. So
right.
Right. That's
But
bullshit.
It is bullshit.
It didn't, and so I worked at Game Crazy when the 360 launched in '05, and we had of those launch systems. I don't have the exact numbers, but I want to say it was like a third or higher of those systems. People tried to bring those systems back because it didn't work. They red ringed within like a week.
I wish I had the stat in front of me. I read that like the yellow light thing was like a 5% or like a something percent, and then the red ring was like Xbox experienced. Well, it was close to 20% or like
That's
18%.
crazy.
Yeah, return rate due to red ring.
So you
Due
look
to
at
like
the
system failure in the first year or two.
you look at the 360 sales rate, right? How many of those they say it's 360 ownership?
Right.
Well, 20% of that
It's gonna be
is refunded or
Right.
repurchased in 360s.
right.
And that's horrible. I think that's absolute bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Did you ever have the 360? Do you know?
We do. Yeah.
When
You do.
I remember there was in our demo 360 at Game Crazy, it red ringed. The Xbox Red came out, replaced it. It red ringed that new replacement one red ringed the same day. The guy, we called him back, and he did not believe it. He's like, "You're joking, right?" I was like, "Dude, no. You can take this piece of shit out of here because it's just gonna red ring again. This is crap.
It
Make
was
a better
literally
product."
a pull the trigger moment for gaming. Like,
And it wasn't
like,
even
well, it's
in a-
Russian roulette. I get the system and
That's garbage.
it might work,
I
or
was
it works
so
for a
angry.
while and then it'll do the red ring.
This is
Like,
expensive as shit, man. We're not talking about $50. We're talking like this is a $300 system.
yeah,
And it's farcical too because people will pay to
right.
fucking have it repaired or replace the system or whatever.
The good
It's
thing
just
was,
like,
I think within the
it's
first,
stupid.
I want to say 2 years, but it might have been 1 year. You could send it back.
They had to.
Yeah,
They extended it. The original warranty was 90 days.
right.
And then they like changed it to like I want to say it was like 36 months or something like that.
Yeah,
Because
it's close to 2 years. Or like
I
a year
think
and
they
a
were
half,
just
something
trying.
crazy.
They're just trying to avoid a major class action lawsuit.
Mhm.
So their way out was them saying, "We'll fix it." For almost the duration of this generation, which was
Yeah.
hypothetically 5 years, but it ended up being a lot longer.
So that was the first generation of consoles that really started fucking up was PS2. Well,
PS2 had
At
the
the
disc
beginning,
readers, where
yeah.
that was pretty spread.
but
Was
then
that
it got
system breaking, or what would read? That was the one where it would read discs still, and then read less and less, like fewer and fewer discs until it just wouldn't read discs, right?
There was a degradation of the success rate for reading discs for
Okay.
sure.
I remember
Because
that.
I remember when people would trade in PS2s, that the first thing, the most important thing we'd have to do is test different types of discs. You'd have to test a DVD game and a CD game at least to make sure that
Right.
both of them are read. And a lot of times they would read the DVD ROMs and not the CD ROMs. And then you couldn't take them, you couldn't trade them in. But technology got better. Like the Blu-ray drives are no longer the drives are no longer the issue now. It's like overheating, I think, because the 360
Right.
was just overheating, and I mean it didn't even matter if you had it in an enclosed area, because a lot of people were saying like, well, don't have it tucked in like an entertainment center because it's going to build heat, which is true.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't. I mean, from an electric engineer standpoint, right? Like you should expect people to have a fucking device that's hooked to your TV in an entertainment center, like prepare for it.
Right.
Like
Right,
everybody
right.
else does. Like every other goddamn company that makes shit does, right?
Right.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
So third-party companies started making these fan attachments for
Remember
the
that,
360.
the
Do you remember those?
intercoolers.
Exactly. Third-party companies are selling fucking exhaust fans to supplement the existing exhaust fans on the system because the cooling was so fucking horrible.
Half the time they said it wasn't Mad Catz making those, was it? It
No,
was like
well, it wasn't Mad Catz, but it was like Interact.
it was like Interact or something like that. And then half the time people would bring it back and be like, "Oh, this isn't working," or like that because it was blowing hot air like back into the system itself. Doing like, it was just perpetuating the problem or making it worse. But I heard those things were bad for it. Like First of all, make a fan inside your system that works or something like
There's
that. Don't
fans
make
in
us
them.
buy a $25 fan on the
Right.
outside of the
Well,
system.
they didn't support it. Like Microsoft straight up recommended not using them because
Right.
it saps. These aren't computers,
Right.
and so the power supply inside these systems are designed to support the hardware that's in the system that they made. It's a closed system. It's not a PC. So like when you add three extra fans, that takes energy,
Mhm.
and the power supply just isn't designed to support that extra voltage. So they didn't support it. I mean, it worked with it, but Microsoft straight up said don't use them. But yeah, what are we supposed to do? Because then I mean, it's a time bomb.
Yeah.
Like if you have a 360, it's gonna red rim, and that's just the case. That's an original model. I think that once they redesigned it, in the black one that has like the curve and the fan on the side, you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Those ones have a really low failure rate, and the one they actually made a third model. Those you have an even less high failure rate, but that original model was just trash.
Yeah.
Trash.
I heard that this had something to do with a chip. There was a Caesar chip and a Falcon chip inside of the Xboxes, and I want to say the Caesar chip originally was the first one. I could be wrong, but I heard the Caesar chip was the one that was likely to just fail you every time. So when you hit those, like you had to make sure, and there was a way you could tell the serial number. Like you read the first four of the serial number, it had like 00 something 1, and then that would be the Caesar or the Falcon. You could tell.
That's crazy.
So it would be less likely to fail if you got the Falcon. If you were just like, oh, I want the one with the Falcon chip.
Yeah, I mean the point is like you shouldn't have a community of people who like can look at a serial number
Right.
and tell you like that system's gonna fail.
Mhm.
It shouldn't fail.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, anyway.
Probably should pull those from the market. Like, just do a recall and be like, hey, anything with this serial number on it, the first four of the serial, just send that shit back. That's broken.
But
Like,
they're making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like we said, it wasn't every system,
right.
but it was wide enough. I mean, 20% is that's
insane.
high.
That's pretty
Yeah.
egregious.
It is.
It's 1 in 5.
Farcical.
There's one
That's
in five.
crazy. That's not acceptable. So like, because even 5%, that's almost not acceptable. I mean,
Yeah.
That's 1 out of every 5 systems.
Yeah.
1 in 5. Well, 5% is 1
No,
out
no,
of 20.
20%.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
1 in 5.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, even a 1 out of 20 is not great.
Right.
Like, you really want like a full 0, but I mean, and
Yeah.
that's not realistic. I mean, the systems are getting more advanced and more advanced. So I just hope we don't know because we don't have enough time into this current generation to tell.
True.
But at least initially,
It's been
launch
a year,
systems-
right?
Yeah,
For now, it's
exactly.
been almost exactly a year.
There hasn't been a lot of failure with this current generation, so that's good.
Well, you have to like 0 is ideal, but you have to expect some failure.
Oh,
like it's
of course.
machinery, it's computers. Like our
It's gonna
computers
fail.
fuck up. So I mean,
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
but it should. The threshold should not be like 5.
no, yeah,
no,
shouldn't
it should be
Well,
like
Yeah.
5% still pretty high. Like,
Yeah.
5%'s pretty
but
high.
20
20%
is
is just embarrassing.
It is.
Like, you guys,
20%
come
is
on.
straight up embarrassing.
it's laughable.
That's crazy.
So would you? So as far as like the theme of bringing it back, would anybody say that we're in, as of at least the last round of PlayStations, like PlayStation 3s that got rid of the yellow light issue and 360s, moving forward, that we've already brought it back, or we've been bringing
Let me.
like durable systems
No.
at least into the fold? It seems like the more
Yes.
complicated we get with our more complex machinery,
Yeah.
just the more there is to fuck up. So
You're right, and that's the scary thing is these new systems are more advanced than ever, and they do more than ever. So the potential for them breaking seems higher.
Right.
But they seem to be pretty good. And we haven't mentioned actually this whole time that Nintendo
right,
has always done it right. They've never had a system come out and it's been
because
bullshit.
all they put on the inside is just like 2 circuit boards and 2 things that read the control.
That's fine. Hey, if that's all they have and that's the recipe for success,
Right.
then that's fine because you can ask anybody who is a gamer if they feel confident buying a brand new Nintendo system, right? The answer is always yes,
Right.
because they don't break.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a Game Boy Pocket on your shelf right now.
Yeah.
That shit is 24 years old.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like, I guarantee you, 24-year-old handheld system works.
Still works. Yeah.
I bought my Wii U for $60 because I had some deal through something and I traded a game in, 2 games in, that were still worth money at the time. So I got it for $60 and I got brave and I bought it without the warranties. I didn't figure I needed one. I hadn't heard about Wii U's breaking. So, you
Yeah.
know, there's something to Nintendo's.
Don't break, man.
I think,
Not only
Even the new shit.
No, that's okay. I thought I heard somewhere that it had to do with the solder that they use also, because other companies use lead-free solder and Nintendo uses leaded
And
solder.
that might be
That could be
the,
true,
the
yeah.
trick. I mean, because
Yeah.
the thing about the PS4 especially, because I ended up a friend of mine, we ended up repairing a handful of PS4s in our time, and so almost every single time it was there was a specific chip on the main board that
Mm-hmm.
you had to take a heat gun to, which you were essentially you had to pry apart the PS3 and use a heat gun to
Like
essentially they call it reflowing. I don't know why, but
Mm-hmm.
you're basically melting the solder so that it kind of reconnects.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But that was why they were getting yellow lights, the yellow light of death.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Wylod.
Yalod.
Mhm.
I do repair. I do like circuit board repair and stuff for the arcade cabinets right now, currently. And we deal in solder a lot. Like you go, the chassis on the back of the thing is busted up or like that. You got to check the capacitors to see if they've blown or see if
Oh
there's
yeah.
like bad solder somewhere. A lot of times it's either like they've used sometimes it's the wrong solder. They'll use solder with like
Right.
flux in it or something like that, and you're like, can't use that. That's it's fucking with your connection.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
I mean, if they're using the wrong solder inside of systems, it's gonna work the same. It's gonna fuck things up the same way as it does, arcade cabinets or jukeboxes or just literally whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The world runs off of circuit boards
Mm-hmm.
behind TVs and in walls, shit like that. There's
And
circuit
walls.
in walls, yeah, behind paintings,
Right.
in eyeglasses. There's fucking circuit boards behind my palm. Just
What's happening?
I don't know. We're transitioning, is what we are.
Oh, are
It's
we?
a ham-fisted Sigu taking us out of busted-ass systems into
Into what?
trivia. Sorry, Nate.
You guys, seriously, it's fine if you talk in a normal. Like Chris is all like, yes.
I'm not with. I'm talking normal.
No, you're talking like Bruce Willis. You're talking about
You
like,
are.
hey, I don't want to have to come track you down or anything like that.
Well, that's a Bruce Willis.
That's the best I have for Bruce Willis. I'm not Bruce Willis.
Meat
Big Willie.
popsicle.
Negative. Negative. I am a meat popsicle.
Negative. I am a meat popsicle. Where's the sixth element? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
That's the one where Bruce Willis was dead the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
And Ruby Rod was.
Hanging out with Jackie Chan.
Every
Yeah.
time I say that,
He's a
I
cop
feel like
now.
Andy Samberg, like when Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense, jizzed. I think he put that in his song just to spoil it. Like, just to put a nail in the coffin for, like, if you listen to Lonely Island, you better know that Sixth Sense is going to be spoiled for you.
Well, The Sixth Sense is like 13 years old or something like that. I mean, you gotta.
Hella
If there's not statute of limitations on that shit, I just, get better at movie watching or something, I don't know.
Right.
Anyways,
Right.
trivia, and it is you.
It is
You
me.
made it.
I did make it.
You
right.
fucking made it up.
Fucking made it. Yeah, I did. Okay, so this is how trivia is gonna work this time.
I see a
You see a
four-sided
four-sided die.
Yes.
So there are going to be 4 categories
Okay.
to which you can answer questions.
You always have a gimmick. You're like Nintendo. You come up with I like it, actually.
Because what I come up with is kind of boring. So I'm like, I got to spice it up somehow. So depending on what you roll, so number 1 is going to be quotes. Number
Okay.
2 is going to be analogies, like SAT analogies. Number 3 is going to be Easter eggs.
Okay.
And number 4 is going to be miscellaneous.
I have
So
a feeling I'm gonna Nostradamus this, and I'm gonna call the winner early.
What?
I think it's Homeboy over here.
I think it's Hobo Chris.
I think it's Hobo.
Homeboy.
I think Hobo Chris has the corner on
You
me.
gotta have faith. And
Uh-oh.
you gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
You gotta
Like
parappa.
parappa, yeah.
I don't know, man.
I like.
Punch.
And
It's all in the
also like
mind.
lamb.
If you try to test me, I'm sure you'll find.
See, there you go. I like when things are. I like when colors are spicy. Just for the record.
Spicy.
Yeah, not that this is, but I just think that's a funny description.
Hold on. What's a spicy color?
Like a spicy mustard.
Okay.
Okay,
Like
You
a
know
brown mustard.
You know what
Kinda
color I'm talking about if I say spicy mustard.
I do. You're right.
like more like a
Yeah.
burnt yellow,
Or
but
like
kind
a
of like
or like a spicy orange.
Spicy orange.
Yeah.
Just makes me think of orange.
just
No,
makes me
like-
think of an orange on
Like
fire.
a deeper
Like,
orange.
Like you ever seen the a lot of cars have like this spicy orange like pink color to them now, like the new eclipses. And there's
So it's not cherry red, it's like
No,
spicy orange.
Spicy orange. I don't want a spicy orange.
Just I got a visual of somebody like, have an orange and it's not peeled, but you like cracked open a little bit and just dumped sriracha inside of it,
There
so
you
it's
go.
just like
spicy orange.
it's turned the inside of the orange to mush, spicy mush.
So who's done it first?
I don't know. Rochambeau for it.
Rochambeau.
2 out of 3.
Yes, I caught on.
Yeah.
Well, what we should have done is called it every time because that was boring for the listener.
Well,
So
here's
should
the
be like, is it? Hey, scissors.
Here's the recap.
Here's the
Hobo
recap.
Chris did rock every time.
Anybody
Hobo
who
Chris.
knows
Hobo
me
Chris.
knows I pick rock every time, and I'll tell you why. There's 2 reasons.
I forgot that the first time, and then I remembered the second time, which is then why I won.
There's 2 reasons. You know those 2 reasons?
Simpsons.
Sure.
Simpsons is number 1.
Sure.
Number 2, it's the default position. Your hand's already in.
Right.
You're a
So it's just
lazy
easier.
cummy fuckle.
You say lazy, I say
That's
efficient.
Yeah, it's totally efficient.
Damn it,
Just
Chris.
save your energy for more important things like basketball.
Ah.
Okay, your turn, Piper. You go first.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll that 4-side die.
Go roll that die. Oh, it's my favorite.
3.
It's my favorite number.
3 is your favorite number?
My very favorite.
That's cool. Okay, so 3 is Easter eggs.
I like it.
All right.
Now, let me
So-
ask a quick question.
Yeah.
He gets the question goes to him to answer first, right?
Right.
If he misses, do I get a chance to steal?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
But I can't answer until he gets his first shot.
Right.
Let me ask a question.
No loss of points.
What if I don't believe in Easter?
Then
Then you're
your points automatically. Eat a dick, you cummy fucker.
How dare you?
We're gonna make this gigantic insult off of all the stuff that we come up
Easter
with in the
is
middle of.
sacred.
Okay.
It's when you eat ham.
So says the zombie rabbit.
Zombie Jesus Day.
Right.
It's the bunny that gives you
Or-
undead candy.
All right.
All right. So your question is, in Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes, you can find 3 Easter eggs when you visit Otacon's cubicle. Name one of them.
I did not play this game.
I didn't
Oh,
either.
no. See, this is the
But
game. This is the one that I remember. The rest of them I just looked at.
Oh fuck! I just forgot the word for them. The little I want to say the little bots, the work bots. What are they called?
The work bots.
No.
Which ones?
They're from Mega Man Legends. The little
Serv
bots?
Serv bots.
Kogun,
Is that one?
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Chris, you want to try?
I'm gonna guess.
Go for it.
Is there a Police Knots statue there?
There isn't. Not
Okay.
there.
Hey, what?
No.
Police Knots
Knots.
was Hideo Kojima's game before Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
PS1.
Incorrect.
Because there's a Police Knots Easter egg in Zone Meanders 1.
You're saying police Nazis.
Police Nazis. Police
Sounds like an
Knots.
exciting game.
Astronauts, but they're astronauts, but they're police.
I have no more educated guesses. Is it just
How
go, like
about-
ping ponging back and forth, or?
No.
Okay, so
I
we're
guess
just
it's
we just
done.
lose.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
we don't know. I didn't play
Yeah.
that one.
Well-
Yeah, you guys don't know it.
Can I have the 3? All 3 of them?
You can have all
What are
3 of
they?
them. Okay, so the first one was a GameCube. 'Cause it was on the
yeah,
GameCube.
makes sense.
Nice.
The second one was a Wavebird.
Oh,
I didn't expect another one.
It's all
And also,
fake.
this is considered a third one. The GameCube boot screen is shown on the TV.
fake.
So, fake. Hella fake.
GameCubes in
Hella
the universe. GameCubes.
Okay, so I guess since neither of you, go. Okay,
Rolling.
yeah,
Pop that shit,
you
baby.
didn't get it, so yeah,
I got 3.
you got 3 also. Okay,
Which
so
category is that?
It's also
Physical challenge.
Easter physical challenge. I doubled it. Okay, so this is your question.
Arm wrestle me, you cummy fuckhole.
Let's go. We
That's
did arm
the
wrestle
question.
one time.
Fuck.
Arm wrestle.
We did arm wrestle. Remember at Mike's?
That's true.
Who won?
He did.
Wow.
It was a good match though.
Yeah. I've gotten
Could have
stronger,
lasted,
damn
like,
it.
5 seconds.
I've
And you
gotten
were just
fatter,
like,
so.
okay.
The
So you-
disparity was great.
That's true.
Your question is, the ship of which famous character can be found stuck in a tree in the Busted Bayou level of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze?
Oh, I've never played Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. You have this game,
I do.
so this is biased.
I'm not through.
Oh, that's how it's working. You have the games.
I'm
You're
not yet
biased.
through the
This is
first
biased.
stage.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you repeat
I
it one
have
more
a
time?
feeling you
Sure.
slip into Keanu Reeves when you're. It's biased, bro.
Dude.
Dude.
Okay,
Wick.
One more time. I'm sorry.
sure. The ship
Yeah.
of which famous character
Uh huh.
can be found stuck in a tree
Uh-huh.
in the Busted Bayou level of Donkey Kong Tropical
I'm
Freeze?
Is
gonna
this his or
say-
is this us for us to
This
like?
is
gonna
for
say-
him.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna say Captain Olimar.
No.
'Kay, 'cause he has a
sad
ship and
you
it's
didn't get
Nintendo.
this one.
It's Nintendo and he has a ship. That's all.
Famous. I have two guesses.
One guess.
You better try one of them.
Fuck man.
Fuck, man.
Famous ship. Is it? Well, I can't. I'm not gonna ask any hints, but
Talk to the palm because
You hold
I
that,
forgot
sir.
things that rhyme with palm.
Because you're not the bomb.
wow.
Okay. What's your
Talk to the palm, you cummy fuckhole. I want to say this is taking way too long for me because I don't want to get it wrong.
5.
Get a guess.
King K. Rool.
No.
Fuck, is it Zelda or is it Link?
Is it Star Fox?
Baby Link?
No. It's fucking Samus, you guys.
Why is
Samus.
Samus's ship
I don't know.
in Donkey Kong
But
Country?
I'm so sad that you didn't answer.
Well, I
Dude,
didn't
that's
play
I
that.
thought
sorry.
you would know all the
Here's the
Samus
thing.
trivia.
No, here's the thing.
That's hell sorry.
You said ship, so
I did.
You did. I was
thought
thinking
about,
ship.
Here's the thing. I thought about Samus because she has a ship,
She does.
but I figured that would be ridiculous because it's science fiction. Like Captain Olimar is at least like a kinda in the same like art-ish style. Like it's very like vivid and colorful. Like it's not. So anyway, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did. You went to
That's fine.
spaceships.
It's cool.
I went to
spaceships.
pirate ships.
Well, spaceship is kind of in the same
Mm.
ballpark.
See, I think I'm.
That's a monkey?
No, she said it's Captain Olimar because Captain Olimar
Oh.
has a spaceship.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think these questions are hard again. I'm sorry.
Well, they're just circumstantial. Like we just have to have
I
played those
guess.
games.
Yeah. That's.
I like
that's
'em, though.
true.
But you know what?
Okay.
I like them when they're hard. I don't like them when they're easy.
That's fine. Yeah, I
We
like
all
Donkey
like 'em when
Kong.
they're hard.
Whoa, that's true.
Whoa.
No one likes a half chub. You know what?
I can only handle a half chub from Michael Fasswiener.
Whoa.
I want to play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze actually because I hear good things.
You borrow
You
that.
want
Well, I borrow your Bayonetta.
Deal.
There you go. That's
We'll
a good
trade it
idea.
on out.
Let's go. Your
do
turn.
this.
Roll
Yeah,
the dice.
Go for it.
Oh, it is my turn. I'm sorry. I'm just like, what's the next question, Irene?
Please don't be another 3. I'm just getting sick of 3.
Two.
Oh,
Oh, yay. Let's see here.
You're like, I only
2
made
is
2 threes, so
Analogies. So you have to listen carefully.
I'm not good at that. That's not my strength.
Well, let's try. Okay. Reptiles are to Krogan as jellyfish are to
The Hammurabi? Hummeron?
You gotta give an answer. You're asking her a question.
That's the only one I have. Hold on.
Is this
Oh
the
my
right
God,
answer?
you're
It's been too long since I played the
I think this fucking question for you, Piper.
I know.
I told you it's biased.
Don't worry, you have plenty of questions. You're so fucking close.
I know.
man.
I'm trying to look at it
I want
in a
to cry
text
because
bubble.
you're so close. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2,
I'm Hummerin.
1.
Like,
No.
what is it?
I
Oh
got
no,
a guess.
you have a guess.
I know it's from Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yep. You're
I
right.
played Mass Effect 1.
Do you want me to repeat it again? Or?
No,
Okay.
because I don't know the answer.
Oh.
Because I don't
Alright.
remember what they're called at all. But he said Hummeron, and that was incorrect. So I'm gonna say Hummering.
That's not it.
Good try, guys.
Alright.
Man.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay,
what those,
so that's 0 points.
what's
Say
the,
it before I
It's-
blow my brains out the side of my head.
Hanar?
Hanar. That was like
Oh,
far less complex than I was.
Man, I
Yeah.
liked Mass Effect 1 a lot, but that was like 2000.
See, I thought that was your fucking series, man. And I thought you like
It
totally
is.
knew everything about. Okay.
That was like
I did, but that was
7
like
years ago.
a whole, yeah, like a
Was it
whole,
that long ago?
it was a whole, like,
You know,
Sac
Chrono
State
Trigger
and
was, like,
Sierra
20
College
years
ago.
That's more
and
memorable,
I
though. You know it is.
It is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for you. It's...
No.
Anyway. We'll
This
just
one
keep
is
going.
disappointed in
Next
himself.
Yeah. Aw. But you have to be positive.
2.
2.
I was doing it like a Hanar.
Okay, if you don't get this one, god damn it, I'm gonna be mad. Okay. Geese is to rock,
Yeah.
as Sisio is
Yo.
to... Yep.
Come on.
Come on.
Come
right,
on.
exactly.
Come on.
Thank you for giving me that question.
You're-
though.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
for
I'm
not giving me
trying.
that question.
Yeah, right.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh man, just thinking about King of Fighters makes me smile.
Because now I
Oh,
forgot
speaking of which-
the third word you said.
Can I
Hmm.
Saisyu? That's Saisyu. That's Saisyu is Kyo's dad, the Kusanagi's from the Kusanagi clan.
They are.
But, like,
Damn.
Want to know something on that same subject? Because you said geese. I bought
Yeah.
a real close friend of mine a Christmas present already, and it's a shirt
Hmm.
of Geese Howard, and it says predictable on the bottom because he says predictable, and they don't know how to. It says predictable on it in English, and I love it. It's gonna be great.
That's fabulous. I guess since you answered that one, maybe
That sounds
you
like a
go
Cockney
again.
British person, like, you're so predictable.
Oh yeah, that could work too. I get to go
Hello,
again.
So predictable.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's 2 again.
2 again. Oh no.
Well, let's
You're
do
gonna
one.
get
We haven't done any
all-
ones. Let's do one.
Oh, okay.
We haven't done
One.
any one. Well,
The hand of God, just
That's fine.
and
Whatever.
you're keeping it interesting.
Um,
What's the subject of one?
that's what
one
keeps
is
the marriage
quotes.
spicy,
Quotes.
Yeah.
like mustard.
Nice.
Okay. So who says this quote in what game?
Wait, up between the two of us or him? Fuck.
He rolled. So then you get to pick up if you want.
You answer questions.
Okay. So here's the quote.
Okay.
I am Freya. Recall my name on your way to hell.
Well, I'm gonna guess. I'm supposed to guess the name of the game.
And the character. Well, you know.
You said
the character.
Freya.
Right. Yeah. So,
That's what I was like.
so yes, you have the
So
character.
Freya.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Final Fantasy 9.
No.
Freya. Final Fantasy 9. Oh crap!
No.
Valkyrie profile.
Why are you gonna ruin my victory?
You can take it.
The one.
No, I know.
I
Fucking
knew
one.
you were gonna get
Yeah,
it. I
Yes.
give it to Piper.
That you can take it because I'm an idiot. Because I can literally hear her voice saying that now. Because in the very beginning of the fucking game.
Yeah.
Aw.
Stupid.
Stupid.
You
Dumbass.
stupid.
I love Valkyrie profile too.
You
Mm,
freaking
do you,
idiot.
though?
No, apparently I don't. But I love that game. For a long time.
Wait, you love Valkyrie Profile
one
2
Valkyrie profile
or
1
1 also as well?
Valkyrie profile 1 is like my favorite RPG.
Let's see.
Like one of the top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked it. It's not top 5 for me.
Top 5. Let's go.
All right. Your turn, Piper.
That's true. 2.
2. All right. More analogies. Let's
Oh,
see if I have another one that you
fine.
can do.
How many questions do we have? When
Okay.
are we stopping round 1?
8 after 8 questions.
After,
So
where are
I
we on?
did 5.
5? Okay.
I
This
feel
is
like
the
an
6th
asshole.
one. Okay.
I had Freya stuck in my head
Aw.
from 9. I just played through 9 again on Vita.
This is weird too. I thought you were gonna say 9. And I'm like, oh wait, he's gonna say 9. Maybe I got this.
Mm,
Had
And it
stuck in
played
my
out.
head. That's the problem with tests.
It is,
All right. Hit it.
especially analogies.
especially
Um,
analogies.
Oh wait, no, that was an analogy.
Quotes.
Okay. Cloud is to Final Fantasy VII
Good God.
as Brian is to. You know what this is.
I know
Get
it.
too. As Cloud is too fun. Oh, as fucking Quest 60 motherfucking 4.
Yes. I'm like, don't let me down.
I'm like,
Piper.
Brian. We had a friend, Brian, but he didn't like Final Fantasy. Wait, it can't be that.
I'm glad you figured the analogy.
It did.
Yeah. Okay. your turn again.
Spiky hair is to Cloud as quail hair is.
Right. That would have been so much better. Quail hair.
Fucking
Yes.
Quest 64.
You secretly want to love that
Mm.
game.
I absolutely do not.
You do.
I think that game is.
I know you
I
don't
think you're
love that
desperate.
game, but I
I
think
can
you
make it-
secretly. Do you not like the game either?
I can make it-
Shit.
I can make a better game
It looks like a
right
coffee
now
couple, I'm
With your
sorry.
on the notepad.
Chris could make a better game with his duders
Yes.
on the note.
That's more fun.
on the notepad.
All right, what else you got? My turn? Or,
It's
no, you go again.
Piper's, 'cause
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You got
Come
2.
on. Well,
One.
Okay,
One.
one. Let's see here.
Highly quotables. Potent.
Potent.
Potables.
Yeah.
Okay. Who said this? You're an inspiration for birth control.
Inspiration for birth control.
If I did it in the voice, you might get it, but I
But you
would
won't.
do it terribly, and maybe not. Yeah.
You're an inspiration for birth control.
Yeah, that's totally the voice. That's spot on.
I have no good guesses, Kafka.
No.
Yeah, I've
No.
got
I
nothing.
want to try Chris.
I could have just not
Um,
said anything and not sounded
It
stupid.
sounds it sounds familiar. Like I've
Not me.
probably heard it before.
Who insults people sometimes?
Kafka.
Kafka? It does.
You
You're
should.
right. That was a good guess.
It was an informed guess. I think you should follow in my footsteps, Chris. Actually.
5, 4, 3.
Who insults people
Yeah.
sometimes?
I have no idea. Who insults people sometimes? I don't
The
know.
best clue ever.
Birth
Just think about it,
control. I
boys.
didn't
Who
wanna-
insults people
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
sometimes?
Okay. It was Duke Nukem. That was
Oh,
one of his lines.
okay.
Was
Yeah.
it?
It
I-
was.
Alright.
I don't remember, but I didn't. The only Duke
I can
Nukem I ever
bring
made
up
it
the clip.
through was
I believe,
one.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Like
Yeah,
the first 2D one.
Duke
Right.
Nukem.
It wasn't a
2D.
I played Duke Nukem 3D a lot.
I did not.
All right.
I just got to
Anyways.
the strippers and then quit.
What else you got?
Fair. Okay, so this is the last one for the first round. I think it's Chris's turn
Yeah.
now, right? Yeah.
1.
1.
Damn.
No 4s at all. Damn. Okay. In what game is this quote from? Big money, big prizes. I love
Smash
it.
TV.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Nice.
I wouldn't have got that one.
Yeah.
I've never played Smash TV.
You're missing out.
Really?
Is it good?
It's good.
It's really
fun.
good.
So good.
The arcade
Super
one,
fun.
the arcade version
Okay.
is
Right.
phenomenal. The home console versions were
I
Did
don't
they
think
have
I
that
did.
on,
disappointed.
like,
It's on Genesis,
I guess you
it's
can
on Super
get-
Nintendo, and it's on a regular Nintendo.
so I can get it on an emulator?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Just play the arcade version if you're gonna play. It's a
Yeah,
twin stick
it's
shooter
good.
before
It's fun.
before it was cool.
Damn, okay.
Yeah. It's like a game show thing.
Is the
Anyway,
hipster
it's good.
twin stick shooter?
All right.
The hipster twin stick shooter is Robotron.
Oh.
So that's a pretty close first round of trivia.
It's tied, right?
Yeah, you guys are tied.
Are we tied up?
2-2.
Yeah.
Ah.
We're moving on then.
Very well.
Yeah.
Trivia round
let's
2
move
is
on.
coming up after this next
We're both at a
segment.
50% rate.
That's pretty good.
Right.
It's all right. We're batting 500.
You're at
Yeah.
50% failure right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's an F, but if you're thinking about it in different terms,
Actually,
it's not
it's more
so
than
bad.
We're thinking about it differently.
If you think about it not like a pessimist, then
It's a glass half
You're
full.
not a total dick.
that's true.
All right.
We have
Next subject.
we have a Sigu,
We have a Sigu.
Do we?
a
The
turkey-fisted Sigu,
The Sigu is
over to Chris here.
We're gonna
How
talk
about
ab-
Chris?
all of us here at MultiTap are big fans of a company called Squaresoft.
We're big fans of a company called Squares.
They're no longer Squaresoft, but I still like to use the name Squaresoft because it refers to a time that I like to call the golden age, because Squaresoft at that time was putting out gem after gem after gem. If there was the logo Squaresoft on something,
Oh shit!
you could buy it in complete confidence that you were buying a fantastic game, not just a great game, you know.
Yeah.
So I really think that at a certain point, Square kind of lost their way, and I personally think it's when they merged with Enix. As soon as they got Square Enix, it started going downhill.
That's
Prior
fair.
to that, though, all gold. To be fair, they still put out some great stuff, and they still put out some of my favorite games of the current generation, or last generation rather. But definitely in decline. So for the bit by bit, I just wanted to point out some games that Square used to make. We can gush a little bit, and then I'm going to point out a couple games that they've made recently, and we can rue them a little bit. Specific, and that will actually transition into the main event nicely.
Sure enough.
After we do.
After we do some trivia, and then remember where our Sigu left off.
Right.
Okay, so really, if you think about Squaresoft, what comes to mind?
Final
Okay.
Fantasy, clearly. For me, Final Fantasy 7, but literally any 6, 7.
Be very specific, because Square Enix still putting out Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, Final
What-
Fantasy 7.
One of the best Final Fantasy games.
7 and 6 for me.
Tactics.
Tactics.
Now, what name is on all those games?
Score soft.
Exactly. Go
You
back
sound
further,
like a
though.
teacher.
I have-
And what name is on those?
Go back
guys?
further.
And
though.
what year were those developed?
Go back further. Go to Super Nintendo.
Chrono Trigger.
Right.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 6.
What was it, 6?
Secret of Mana.
Secret of Mana.
Secret of
Right.
Evermore.
Yes.
Ooh, Evermore, that was fun.
Mm.
Final Fantasy 4.
Mhm.
Mystic Quest.
Tell.
Not Terran. But did we say Chrono Trigger?
Oh yeah, we said Chrono.
We said Chrono Trigger. That was the first
Yeah.
one for.
But you go
For
back
this.
even further than that, right? Final Fantasy 1, 2, and 3. You got Rad Racer.
Did you realize the Rad Racer was them?
Yeah, Rad
I did not
Racer
know this.
is Square. Back then they weren't Squaresoft, they were just Square. But,
Man.
um,
And then before that, they were just.
the point is like they were putting out Such good stuff. Now, PS1 alone, the PS1, oh my god. Like, you had Parasite Eve, you had Chrono Cross.
Oh my gosh, Parasite. Wait,
Yeah,
Parasite Eve.
Parasite Eve's the
That
shit.
Parasite Eve, though.
That Parasite
That
Eve.
Aya Brea.
That, oh. You should play
A third
Parasite
birthday?
3, yeah.
Okay.
Parasite 2 has a good shower scene in it.
Is it a male?
No.
Is it Aya?
Hell yeah, it's
cute.
Aya.
You know, we never have men.
You get
true.
hella implied nudity.
Those games are great.
There's a lot of stuff we didn't get also that was really good. It's worth mentioning. Like Front Mission was a Super Nintendo game.
We got subsequent front missions though. PS2,
the
I think.
First Front Mission game we got was Front Mission 3.
3,
on
yeah,
PS2.
on PS2. And then
they
we got
also
4,
made-
and then maybe just 4, right?
Yeah, there's 4. 4 is
But
on
not 5. There was just 3 and 4 for PlayStation
2.
2, and
Yeah.
then Xbox 360, like next gen.
There's Front Mission Evolved, which was the last one, but it wasn't made by Square. It was
Okay.
published by Square, and that game was garbage.
But they put the first 2 out over in Japan.
Yeah, Super Nintendo games.
Okay.
And Front Mission 3 was PS1. Front Mission 4 is PS2.
Those are all tactical, right? Like
Yeah,
Robot
they're all
Tactical,
grid-
like
They're all grid-based.
Valkyria Profile and stuff.
No,
like
they're Final Fantasy
or-
Tactics. It's Final Fantasy
Oh.
Tactics with mechs.
Or like, what was I thinking of? The little, damn it. Where you fight each, Shining Force.
Where
It
you
looked
fight
like
a
that,
Shining
like-
Force?
Yeah.
Fire Emblem?
No, like Shining Force, right? They looked like Shining Force when they were old. Where you
Uh,
just move people around and then kind of have that.
Yeah, I'm see what you're saying. Like it's not like
It's
Final
not
Fantasy
like
Tactics because
yeah,
Final
like
Fantasy Tactics
isometric or
the
anything. It
characters
was
attack on the same screen that you're moving on. In
right.
Front Mission, yeah, you once you initiate an attack, it goes to a 3D. It goes to a cutscene cut.
Right. Or like Fire Emblem, same kind of thing.
Fire Emblem does the same thing.
Right. Top down.
Shining Force does the same thing.
Move grids.
Yeah. But it's really good. It's very deep. It's adult oriented, like in its storyline. It's not like it's handholdy. It's not. It's just it respects the intelligence of the player.
There's a little bit of porn in each one.
Not that's Parasite Eve 2, man, and 3. For real. Her clothes come off as she get damaged. Just saying,
Damn it.
get damaged on purpose. There's a couple games that we didn't get that I wanted to point out. Oh, they published Breath of Fire 1. You guys remember that?
Ew, that was
published-
one of my questions, I think.
There was 2 other Mana games that we didn't get here, but in Japan they did. Bahamut Lagoon.
Yeah.
Bahamut Lagoon was the shit.
That was the
Now
shit.
let's go to one of the best games that they made on Super Nintendo, Mario RPG.
Boom.
Bam.
Bam.
How do you beat Mario RPG?
In 3 hours. How do you beat Mario RPG?
You can't until you go to the next generation. You go to PS1 and you got
Church.
Final Fantasy 7. You got Bushido Blade. You got Tobal. You got Tactics. You got Front Mission 3. Einhander. Remember
Ape
that?
Escape. I do remember Iron Hunter. Didn't they do
Xenogears.
Air Guys Theater too as well?
Air Guys is one of the games.
Damn. And that one was hard to find for a while.
Parasite Eve. Final Fantasy 8. Brave Fantasy Musashi.
Which one did Vagrant?
Vagrant Story.
They did
That's
them?
PS1.
Yeah, that was
That's
them as well.
Square. Oh hell yeah.
Yes.
That's Evilus.
That's right.
I have to take that question.
Did you guys?
Why are we good at Nostradamusing your
I
questions?
know. Why do you?
Then we had Final Fantasy Anthology. Threads of Fate. Chrono Cross.
Origins.
Dude, I can't. I'm not even. Even on the PS2, they started out strongest. PS2, we got Final Fantasy X.
Strong as fuck.
We had the Bouncer, which I don't care what anybody says. The Bouncer is the shit.
Okay.
We had Kingdom Hearts. Now, Kingdom Hearts.
That's true. Wait, wasn't that? No. Was that before the
Kingdom Hearts
merger?
1 is Squaresoft.
Squaresoft. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, the last Squaresoft game ever might have been. No, without looking it up. 10-2?
That sounds about right. What's that?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was 10-2. But anyway,
It's fucking
the point
stupid.
is, I mean, this is a bit by bit. So, I mean, we're just pointing out games that they made. But the point is they were making stuff that they were unbeatable, man. Like the only company that even came close to them, in my opinion, back then was Capcom. But so they merged with Square Enix, right? And now, and Enix in Japan is super popular. I mean, they were the makers of the Dragon Quest series, which is wildly popular in Japan.
Just beforehand, before the merger, this is what they were known for, was
Yeah,
the Dragon
Dragon
Quest
Quest,
series.
right? But they also made Star Ocean. They also made Valkyrie Profile.
Right.
That's topical. So I mean, Square Enix was or Enix was a very strong um, company beforehand. Oh, they also made Bust a Groove. Remember that? Bust a Groove.
So that was
Not to
before they were Square Enix. They were Enix making. Did they make Dragon Quest 7
They made all of Dragon Quest.
before
Well,
the merger?
even after the merger, they're still publishing them. But after the merger, now
Just as Enix.
well, no, it still says Square Enix on them. But I mean, like, so the thing is even though they're merged, they're not. The development teams are still separate. So like an Enix game is still feels like an Enix game, kinda, and a SquareSoft. Well, that's the thing is a Square game doesn't feel like a Square game. So like the Dragon Quest games kept their feel, but Dragon Quest games did change developers because after 7, they started being made by Level 5, and Level 5 is just like Japanese RPG royalty.
Level 5 has taken Square's place, essentially.
Level 5 is the new like JRPG go-to company. If you want a good RPG, Level 5 is your team.
Except for Bravely, I'll say, recently.
Bravely Default's good. But
Right.
Level 5 did not make that. Not to say
It
that
seems like they should have.
it's not like they're the only team that makes good games. I'm just saying like I don't think they've made a bad game.
I take it back. I want to credit Level 5 with Bravely.
You want to?
I want to.
Give it to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to give it to them. I like those guys.
So after they merged, though, we got Drakengard, which was their first PlayStation 2 game.
I love that game.
It was a good game.
I had the demo disc, and fuck, it was fun.
No, I actually like Drakengard, but it wasn't made. That game was actually made by a company called Cavia. We got Front Mission 4.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Full Metal Alchemist games.
We
Then we got Dragon Quest 8. Musashi Samurai Legend.
Yes!
Romancing
That
Saga.
wasn't as good as the original, though. And Romancing
No.
Saga, I heard, was alright. Or no, wait. Was that Unlimited Saga?
I'm sorry, Unlimited Saga is what I meant. Because Romancing Saga is what they called it in Japan.
Hmm.
Unlimited Saga, in my opinion, had great visuals, but the game was not very fun to play.
Even the cover was pretty.
Yeah, it was artistically, it was a great game.
Yeah.
They had Drakengard 2. Now,
I didn't play 2.
it's good, but it's not as good as the first one. Grandia 3, right?
Yes.
And here's what I got to point out: these games aren't made by by Square Enix, man. These games are made by other companies. Like, for instance, like Dragon Quest 8 is level 5. Radiata Stories, you guys remember that?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I still have it.
Or Radiata Stories, however you pronounce it. That was made by Triace. Triace makes Star Ocean and Valkyrie
Trius
Profile.
makes some good stuff, too.
Triace makes phenomenal games. They always had the best battle systems, in my opinion.
Wait,
like,
I could be completely wrong. Are they the Monster Hunter people, or is that
no,
that's
Triace is
Capcom?
Capcom. I mean, Monster Hunter is Capcom.
Capcom.
Triace is Valkyrie Profile, Star Ocean, and more recently Resonance of Fate.
What am I thinking of? Maybe that was it, Resonance of Fate.
That's the gun one.
Yeah, on the PS3, where
Yeah.
you have to. It's like a really complex battle system.
So,
Anyway,
they started doing the Final Fantasy VII compilation games, which not many people liked. Dirge of Cerberus,
yeah,
all that stuff. The PS2 era, now that I'm looking at it, there's some good ones, man. I mean, we've got Final Fantasy 12 in there. And Final Fantasy 12 is, in my opinion, like one of their best games.
that was really good. They had Breath of Fire. Oh,
That's
that was
Capcom.
Dragon Quarter.
That's Capcom.
Oh, it was Capcom, huh?
Yeah.
Just their first Breath of Fire was Square.
So when
correct?
they start, what? No, that was the only Square name on a Breath of Fire game is the first game.
Right.
And they didn't even make it; they just published it in America.
Okay.
When you start getting into the 360 and PS3 eras, when it starts getting pretty bad, you started seeing a little bit of a decline with like Unlimited Saga. Even Samurai Legend Musashi was kind of a stinker. Most people hated Dirge of Cerberus. Most people did not like Final Fantasy X-2. Children of Mana was absolutely.
I didn't like 10 too, but to be fair, I didn't like 10.
I didn't like 10 either. But
So,
I mean, they started
stands to
going down.
reason.
You get into 360 though. You get Project Sylphie. Do you guys remember that?
The two,
It was crap.
I didn't play it. I remember it.
Revenant Wings. I thought it was.
I don't know that one.
That was the Final Fantasy 12 spin-off on DS.
Oh,
It
on
was
DS, that's right. I do remember
So
that.
what were the successful Square Enix games, like the really big titles for the 360 and for the PS3?
the
were
big
they-
ones.
Right. Were they all Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts games?
Well, there's no Kingdom Hearts on them,
Okay.
but there
that's on
was Final Fantasy. Final
Yeah.
Fantasy 13.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Square Enix
Well,
is
Star
relying
Ocean 4.
on Final Fantasies, what it sounds like.
in the
Yeah.
modern age, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because there's been no Dragon Quest well, not in America. There's Dragon Quest 10 on in Japan.
But
It's a Wii game.
But they started focusing up on handheld. Like they started doing some games for handheld. They had done Final Fantasy Tactics A2, Advance 2,
Yeah.
and Grimoire, whatever,
Grimoire of the Rift.
of the Rift.
They did The Last Remnant, which was whack.
That was 12 Last Remnant, right?
Did
No,
they do
it wasn't.
Infinite Undiscovery?
That was
Oh,
Trace.
no, that was Wings.
Oh, okay.
That was Square Enix's. That was under Square Enix's publishing wing, but it was made by Trace.
Mm.
The they made like 18 Kingdom Hearts games. They made, but then they bought IDOS, and you know, so they've kind of focused on
Started
Hitman
producing
and Tomb
Hitman,
Raider.
yeah.
The point is that you can't look at a game that has the Square logo on it anymore and assume it's good. You gotta do your research, but even if it's an RPG, which is sad.
Yeah.
Like, if you see it
Right.
and it says Square, like, don't buy it now.
Do you think part of that has to do with the decline of just the JRPG genre in general? Like the decline in popularity?
Yeah, you might be right. It has declined in popularity, and actually, it kind of. I mean, if you ask me, I don't even think it's necessary. I don't even like the distinction between RPG and JRPG. Personally, RPG is an RPG to me.
Right.
But like you say
Right.
JRPG, and then because it's like it comes with these tropes like that are assumed because you say JRPG, and then people just automatically dismiss it because they're like, I'm not gonna like it because it's Japanese.
Right.
Like first of all,
Is there are cultural, differences or whatever like that?
yeah, I just don't think it's necessary to distinguish the two personally. I mean,
People will.
they will,
Yeah.
of course they will. It's when people use like it happens in fighting games all the time because in fighting games,
You mean
Japanese.
J fighting games, yeah?
no, they call them
Jfug.
they just use the word anime, and so like
Oh.
if it's anime, people hate it. So
For
like
fighting games, they'll use
yeah.
anime. That's an anime fighting game.
if it has an anime art style, it's called anime. It's
Like Guilty
Persona
Gear.
4, Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue,
Sure.
Melted Blood, Under Night. Like they're all anime games. And people just immediately dismiss them. If you look at fighting game forums, they'll announce like this new fighting game from Sega, Fighting Climax. That's the newest one. It's anime, an anime art style, and like the forum, like without even trying a game, it just gets dismissed. They're like, oh, it's another anime game. Fuck this. Like, literally, without even trying, it could be the greatest fighting game they've ever played. They won't know because they just dismiss it because it's Japanese and they don't like that art style.
Interesting.
Not taking into consideration that Street Fighter is technically fucking anime,
Right.
and King of Fighters is technically fucking anime, but like those don't get those same negative feelings towards them because I don't know, they're just established. But it's just crazy, man. And so like I feel like using the term JRPG automatically makes some people dismiss it. Like, that sucks because there's some great games out there.
For me, it makes me automatically like it. Like, oh, JRPG,
Right.
I'll probably like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more interested
It's a
in
game called Ni no Kuni
oh, man.
coming out, and I was just like, I don't understand the words. That means I'll love it.
Oh man,
Ni
Ni no Kuni.
Ni no Kuni. That's some level 5 shit right
Level
there.
5.
Next level, guys.
Level
I
5.
hear it's a good game.
Oh,
Right?
man.
I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
You have
Oh,
a
man.
Nausicaa poster on your wall.
I know.
And you have a Studio Ghibli video game
I know.
that has your name written all
I
over it.
know. I don't have a working PS.
What is the
Oh my
deal?
gosh. Cowboom.com.
Cowboom.com.
What's wrong
You
with
can
the
have yourself a
PS3? Let's fix
PS3.
it.
Yellow lighting.
I'll fix it.
It's so topical. Your
Right.
system is broke as fuck right now.
Right. Broke as fuck.
Broke as fuck.
Yeah.
I have a heat gun. I can fix it.
Go
Yeah.
for it, because we're just going to throw it away anyway. So.
Yeah, give it to Chris as we leave.
Okay.
I'll help him hammer it open, and then he'll
Hammer
heat
it open.
the inside. Yeah, with a
Yeah.
I
claw.
don't want to spend
Yes.
too much time on this. I just want to. And the whole point of this subject was to celebrate Square's past, and to just point out that.
We did kind of
Square-
celebrate the past in list form, and then name the 3 games that it's done recently.
Well,
Right.
it's there's a lot of games. You don't want to name them all, but I mean they've
No,
jumped
yeah,
into like
but,
Enix and but they've had some good ones, man. Like in the
Recently,
beginning,
though? Besides Bravely?
recently, let's see what they got.
Bravely was the last one that I was just like, oh, damn. Maybe they know how to
Well,
make games.
Okay, you've got. I mean, if we're not counting like the IDOS games, like Tomb Raider and shit, you want to just say like the Square games?
Yeah.
Okay, so like in America,
Sure.
Just in the United States?
Yes.
There's some good ones. You got Theatre
Just
Rhythm.
in the United
Oh,
States.
You've got-
I'm in love with those.
Curtain
Yeah.
Call's pretty good. We got Curtain.
Garden Call's pretty good.
Yeah.
You got
A lot of stuff.
Mhm.
Well, you've got Parasite Eve 3.
Right? You mean third birthday?
Yeah. You've got the you've got the well, they've remade Final Fantasy 4 like 18 times.
Right.
You've got
Yeah, spoony
No,
jerks.
I think we're stuck on number 18.
Right.
you've got well, you got Final Fantasy 3 remake, Bravely Default, the Kingdom Hearts re-releases, the HD remixes.
Even those remakes, though, they remade 3 on the handheld. I didn't like it. I didn't like the style that they used.
Final Fantasy 14. Which we're all fans of. You got Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13, the namesake of this episode.
Right.
You got a new Dragon Guard.
3, right?
So-
Just 3?
Okay. They're kind of just, to me, it sounds like they're just dipping into older franchises
Yeah, they're cycling,
the entire
yeah.
time. Even like with the Final Fantasies, it's a continuation of an old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
franchise.
just sequelizing
So
stuff that
there's
they think
nothing
is working.
New or
You can't do
innovative
new
or
anymore.
anything.
You can't do new anymore, sadly, because like people won't buy it.
Because everything new sucks.
Everything old is better.
It's true.
Yeah. So
You heard it here second, folks.
to be
But maybe it's gotten to the point where doing something new is now acceptable. Now people will respond to doing something new.
Maybe,
Because
except
they're so
for
tired of all these
except for
fucking
the people
remakes.
that love Call of Duty and Halo
Yeah.
and
Well,
Madden.
fuck
They'll
them.
just
We
be
don't
like,
care
oh
about
man,
them.
what's the
They're
oldest
making all
thing you
their
can
money
think?
on them already, and they're not part of.
Of this.
I don't consider them part of the general gaming audience. I feel like it's because they only play those types of games.
So they're niche gamers,
I mean,
but
there
that's
are
one hell of
people
a
that
niche.
are
Like
crossover, like
there are
you know,
some, yeah,
people,
but
you know, but I
you-
feel like that's a very distinct.
they're not gamers; those are Call of Duty players.
well,
I
you're
don't
right.
want to not
that
call them gamers, but they're not general gamers.
anybody who buys
Okay.
plays a game can be called a gamer, but
Right.
you're absolutely right that there's different.
That's like everybody with an iPhone, though. Like
If they play Candy,
you got
Candy
Angry
Crush,
Birds.
Angry Birds is a
Right.
game. Candy Crush Saga is a game.
Right.
That's
I mean,
true.
It's not,
You're
just 'cause
gaming.
you don't-
Parcheesi is a game.
Just because you don't
My
like
grandma's a
it
gamer.
doesn't mean it's not a game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that that Kim fucking Kardashian
I say
iPhone game
Kim Jong fucking ill or
worth like
Shopping.
is worth
Right.
existing, but it sells like crazy, and like people want to give that bitch money for some reason.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So the point is though, is like, you got gamers that only play they play 3 games a year. They
Right.
play Call of Duty,
the next
they play
Madden.
Madden,
Yeah.
and they play whatever's like the like Grand Theft Auto of the year
Yeah.
or whatever. They play literally like 3 games a year. I think Assassin's Creed might be in there now.
Probably.
And
That might.
so like they don't even buy and research games. They literally just wait for November. They buy the new Call of Duty. They buy the new Madden, and they're good. I mean, that's all the games that they play.
That is kind of weird. That's when everything releases. Assassin's Creed's the end of October, so early November.
Yeah, it's,
Halo, November.
it's the holiday season.
Yeah.
Mhm. Makes sense.
But
Yeah,
all
I
of
don't
those, the big hitters, released then. There's no like
care.
summer releases or anything. That's weird.
But you don't have to try with that
No.
genre.
Right.
They will
It's
buy anything.
consistent.
You have a
Yeah.
Call of Duty name on it, it's sold. It could
Right.
be shit, and they'll still buy it.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
people fucking hate Ghosts, right? Like Call of Duty Ghosts.
Fuck. I was just
Sorry.
about to. I was just
I'm
about to
like,
say something
ooh,
that would lead us straight into the main event, but I can't say it because
Don't do
the
it.
main event is so far
Hang
away.
on. Do
It's.
it.
I'm just saying like that brand recognition sells, and so that's why you still get. That's why they're still making Final Fantasy. I mean,
You know what I'm
Final
gonna say?
Type 0 is still coming out. Final Fantasy 15 is coming out.
They could make a certain game, and they would know that they would have money in the bank.
Oh,
but,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Right.
But anyway,
Square knows what
We
they
can
can
move on.
do.
we
You
can move
cummy
on.
fuckholes. Just do it already.
Well,
We'll
we're going to
talk
talk about
about
that
that
later.
later.
It's true.
Let's move on. We're going to talk
So-
about that later.
We did.
We're actually going to move into the next round.
That's what we call a cock tease.
A little bit of a cock
Such
tease.
as Square did. We've
We're gonna
hinted
move into
to the listeners.
Keep the word cock tease in your mind.
Right. We've hinted to the
Um,
listeners what's coming up next.
What if the word cock tease, like, do people just like twirl like, hey, here's my dick. You can't have it, but I just wanted to say.
Or like there's a girl, she's
Take a
like watching a
gander.
movie and she put her hand over there, but then like no. And he's just like ah.
Oh, see, I just kind of thought about I just answered my own question because it's not. The person with the cock isn't doing the teasing.
Right.
Wait, hold on. You didn't know what cock
I was
tease
just trying to analyze the root of the
Etymologically,
word.
yeah, it's just like
why it exists.
you cock tease. Why is it a cock
But the
tease?
reason is because
exactly?
somebody is teasing my cock.
Right.
I see. Okay.
It's not because somebody was like gonna tickle a rooster's comb and then
Yeah.
he's just like no, and then he doesn't do it. Like
Gotcha. Goddamn cock teases.
For like making fun of a chicken.
Trivia round 2.
Trivia
What do we got?
round 2. Who was the last
Trivia!
person?
Are we?
Is it me?
I got the last question right, actually.
Okay.
So then you get
You
to
get it
start
again.
Let's go.
off. Oh my God, 4.
That is a 4.
That's
That
a
is
4.
Wow, it listens to me.
4 you got.
4 is miscellaneous.
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 All right.
Okay, which one would be
Miskatonic
you?
University.
I'll just go.
Call of Duty.
Incorrect.
Assassin's
Piper.
Genesis.
Assassin's Creed.
What popular PS2 game is this the tagline for?
Okay. Call of Duty. Yeah.
Genesis.
I'm sure you'll get this right away.
All right.
Some mountains are scaled, others are slain.
That'd be Shadow of the Colossus.
That's correct.
Yes.
Right.
3.
Oh, where's the die? There we go.
It's right there.
Let's go. Number 1.
1.
That's a 1.
1 is quote.
Quotes.
Quotables.
Okay. You must construct additional pylons.
That's the quote.
That is the quote.
You must construct additional pylons.
It's a very famous quote. Are you for real? You don't know this one?
I don't.
Oh my god.
Do you know this one?
StarCraft.
Yeah, it's StarCraft.
Oh, I've never played StarCraft.
What?
Not even once.
See, I've never played StarCraft, but I know that.
That's
I don't
Protoss,
know
baby.
what a pylon is.
You must construct
Like-
additional pylons
Like
for
hold
fire.
pylons that like hold up buildings.
No, so pylons. Think about. Did you ever play Warcraft? Like Warcraft?
No, I didn't.
The original Warcraft.
No, I didn't. So the reason I didn't, you guys know this, like I didn't play PC games at all. I didn't have a
Okay.
computer growing up. I started playing PC games when Final Fantasy 11 came out.
How about this? SimCity.
I played SimCity on Super Nintendo.
So like you
and the
need
new one.
power plants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You need these barracks to build soldiers to go attack the enemy,
Yeah.
but to feed the people, you got to build farms.
Yeah.
But you play as this Protoss race who are an advanced alien race,
Ah.
and their farms are these pylons that give them energy. It's basically their farm. But then when you're like, you just like go click this, but you don't have enough food or enough energy. It's just like you must construct additional pylons.
I was too
I don't want to
poor-
hear that shit.
Too poor to have a PC, which also made me fail that question. Anyway, roll.
Thanks, poverty.
Yeah.
Failing me at quiz shows. That's 2.
a 2. Okay. Let's see.
I'm sorry. For your previous financial situation.
here.
I'm gonna
StarCraft was kind of a cool game.
All right. This is an
If you go back-
analogy. This is
Okay.
2, right?
Right.
Okay. Let us cling together is to Tactics Ogre,
Okay.
as Legend of the Seven Stars is to.
Mario RPG.
Think
I played that one.
Have you?
well, so is Piper. Okay.
I like
analogy
analogies.
again. Okay.
You cheated and hit it
Well,
again,
now
and it
it's
landed
2.
at the same.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's the hand of God.
Yeah. Well, what can you do?
Thank you too. I'm just taking 2, baby.
Okay. All right. Analogies.
You got a 2 going, baby.
He tried to cheat, just so you
Got a
know,
2
and it landed on a 2 again.
I sneezed, and the sneeze was powerful enough to give it an entire spin
Right.
over to.
Or it didn't do anything.
Or it did absolutely
Right.
nothing.
Okay. Analogy. Ashley is to Leon as Emma Emmerich is to.
Wanda Sykes.
Incorrect. Close, but incorrect.
Okay. Would you
There
like
it
to hazard a
Say it
guess,
again?
Chris?
Ashley
Yes.
is to Leon
Yes.
as Emma Emmerich is to.
I still think it's Wanda Sykes.
I'm not saying
To
that
be honest, I mean.
you in your mind are wrong.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
Just
I get
for
the.
this.
I
feel
understand the
validated.
I understand the analogy. I just don't know the name.
Right,
I know who Ashley and Leon are. I
Okay.
understand Ashley was escorted by Leon.
right.
Okay.
So Emma was escorted by.
Yes. Do you know who this is? that
No,
I'm talking
I'm gonna
about?
say Silent Hill guy.
No. No. No.
I guess.
That's solid.
Okay.
That's better than Wanda Sykes.
It's
Yeah,
solid. It's Metal Gear Solid
Mmm.
2.
Oh,
Yeah. Wow.
Prophetic.
I don't know
That
Metal Gear
was
Solid.
Me
2.
neither.
Wow.
I
thanks,
stopped
Larry.
at 1.
I've beaten 1,
And then you skipped to 3.
Actually, I've never beat 3, but I
But you
have
played 3.
beat 1, played 3, beat 4, beat Rising.
God damn it! You didn't play 2.
Did
Didn't
you
play 2.
Did you
No,
play
I
Ground
did,
Zeroes?
I bought 2. I didn't play Ground Zeroes, but
Okay.
I bought 2 the first day it came out because it had its own the Enders demo in it. And
Oh,
no,
that's right. Yeah.
Zone of the
Blenders,
Zone of Pretenders.
Intenders,
Zone of Bank Lenders.
the
Suspenders.
no, I'm sorry, it's actually the other way around. MGS2 came with a. I'm sorry, Zone of the Enders came with the MGS2 demo.
Right.
But I did buy Metal Gear Solid 2, but I'm one of those people, and it just legitimately happened to me organically too. I didn't even have the internet back then, I don't think. But like, Spore, man, I told you.
Yeah.
It's like 2002. The internet, we had computers back then.
Right.
But no, I literally played that game, got to the point where you had to be Raiden,
Mhm.
and quit.
Yeah.
Fuck this game.
And to make it better, you have an Ashley and Leon-esque escort quest
Yeah,
with
fuck
Emma,
that.
with Otacon's sister.
Oh
so-
yeah, I recognize that name now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I do not. I
Go
still.
again.
I literally stopped at 1 after
At
1,
one
and then just
4.
nothing
All right.
ever.
4 was great though.
I might pick up the 5, the new one coming out.
Yeah, Phantom
Yes.
Pain.
We're
Phantom
probably gonna
Pain
do
is
that
it.
now that we have that thing.
It looks pretty good.
Oh man, it's gonna
Yeah.
be
It
good.
looks pretty solid.
I should go back and play it.
It doesn't look like a Foco.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
A liquid.
My roll. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
1.
One is close.
Yeah, I'm sad I didn't play 2
Okay.
now. Too bad. It's
You
not my
can-
fault.
you can
Too
still-
bad.
It sucked.
Mm,
I'm
Two.
full
good
of them
one.
tonight. Thanks, man.
Yeah. All right. A winner is you. Is the quote. A winner is you.
Oh, I know this.
I know this one as well. Hold on. I gotta buckle down. Just kind of getting into
A
memory
winner
banks.
is you. I'm
A
gonna
winner is
say.
you.
I'm gonna go right off the top of my head. I'm gonna say it's pro wrestling.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
Correct.
dang!
Nice.
Bingo.
Good job.
I don't know what I was first.
My first guess was gonna be. I was sitting there going like, did he ever say this? That stupid. Was it a bunny or that dude in the Game of Chance on Zelda?
Yeah.
I thought maybe if you won that little like the archery thing or something like that, or the bomb rat thing, he's just like, a winner is you.
This was
Apparently
pro
not.
wrestling. It was just a poor
Yeah.
translation. Starman.
Right.
I
Right.
did not play that
That's
game.
a 3.
3. 3 is
Category 3.
Easter egg.
Keep looking
Easter
at your
eggs.
shirt, man. That's pretty cool.
I keep looking
Oh,
at it too.
Thank you.
It's all like it's distracting. It's like Zelda
It's
code. I'm just like,
Link.
no.
Get it?
Yeah.
Link.
I do.
Her shirt is
Good,
a giant URL in the shape of
It's a play on
Link.
Yeah,
Is it yours, Chris?
Yeah.
Or- okay.
it's good. It's cool.
You don't get this one. So
Okay.
Easter eggs.
Okay.
What does Justin Bailey do?
Justin Bailey is a code you enter in Metroid 1 to make her in her. What? She's not wearing her suit. She's in a red, like, one-piece swimsuit. She has green hair and wave beam, screw attack, and space jump,
I think you got it.
and high jump.
I'm so sorry.
What?
She's just like, what? This is Justin Bailey. Justin Bailey is when you do this, just immediately attacked it like
Like
a fucking
actually
hound on a
Sorry,
fox.
man. You gotta.
Oh, no, sorry.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm impressed by you right now.
3.
3 is also Easter eggs, right?
Fucking grabbed
Oh,
it by the
shit.
throat,
Easter
and you were an
eggs.
impressive.
Let's
Man
see
right now.
here.
Why are you into
Oh,
me?
you'll get this. Sorry.
That's you still.
Which secret character in this popular fighting game franchise
Call of Duty.
is named
character.
after
Sega
its
Genesis.
creators, Ed Boon and John Tobias?
Oh.
Who knows?
Noob Saibot.
Noob
Noob Sibes.
Noob Sibes. Ready?
MK.
Go for it.
Number 1.
One quote. Yes. I
Dou-
do.
Daily Double. Daily Double.
This is when I was little. I used to think that he was saying the Daily Devil, and I was like, "What is going on in this show?" And my mom was like, "Oh,
Let me. The one thing that is always, even when I was a kid, and to this day, pisses me off about the Daily Double is when people get it, everybody claps for them like they fucking did something. Like they get Daily Double, and everybody's like, "Woohoo! You did such a fucking
Right.
good job. You didn't do anything. You picked a random square."
before they answered the question."
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Well, they're happy that they
But
got the
it's not
Daily
like they
Double.
want. It could fuck you.
I know, I realize that, but they're happy that there's excitement. It's changing up the game. They're like, yeah.
Also,
fuck yeah,
the
Daily
name of
Double.
those are misleading. It's not a Daily Double. It's like a quad
what the
Daily
hell does
Double or
that
something
mean?
like
Well, it
that. It
doesn't have
happens
to be
4
any-
fucking times a show.
Yeah,
4
it doesn't
times a
have to
day.
be double anything. You name your wager.
That's true. This is fucking
Does it
bullshit.
double the amount
Jeopardy's
that you
hella
get if
No,
fake.
because you state the amount you want to wager.
Yeah. It's a daily double and it doesn't go double. It goes
Because
like, I'll
there's
wager 600 on it,
Jeopardy
Alex.
and then there's double Jeopardy, which happens at the end.
Double
Right.
Jeopardy is just
Double
round
Je-
2, and it
It's
just
just round
doubles
Is
the
round
it just
2,
doubles
and the
point
final
value.
Jeopardy is...
Fuck, I don't know.
Daily doubles. I mean,
Jeopardy's
Jeopardy's
fake.
fake as fuck.
Jeopardy's hella
Oh,
fake.
don't be talking shit.
Tell him to change the goddamn name of the Daily
I was in
Double.
love with Alex Trebek when I was
Well,
like 8
who
years
wasn't?
old.
This is, you
He's
like
so-
Canadians, is why.
Is he Canadian?
Yeah, he's very Canadian.
Everybody's
Wow.
Canadian.
That fool's the
That's
fucking
awesome.
face of the North.
He's the face of it. No, Brian Adams.
No, Rob Stark.
No.
There you go. Not
No.
anymore. Not anymore. Spoilers. All right, let's go.
Spoilers. It's like- anyway, what are we? Oh, we're doing quotes, right?
Yes.
Quotes.
Quotes. I got a 1.
Okay. Welcome to die. We didn't do that one.
No.
That is Eric Magnus Lencher
Okay, there you go.
From.
X-Men the arcade game.
Right.
All right. Man, you're on a,
Welcome
you're on
to
a roll.
die.
That's also a 1. Is there going to do another one?
Can
Reroll?
it accidentally hit 4? or
Reroll.
Reroll.
4. Actually,
4.
did get a 4.
Wow. Yay.
It says 3.
No, it's totally
It's
4.
4, yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
It is a 4.
I don't give a fuck what's on the dice.
Let's see here. Ikaruga
Yes.
is the spiritual successor to which 1998...
Radiant Silvergun,
Okay.
Damn.
which is fantastic.
Yes.
Radiant Silvergun?
No.
Radiant Silvergun.
Is it good?
If you like space shooters, like vertical scrolling shooters, do you like Ikaruga?
I did like Ikaruga, actually.
Ikaruga gives me a half mast.
It's a pill that gives you a half chub.
Yeah, half chub. Number 3.
3.
That's what we should call those pills. Those
Half
pills
chub?
that give you half chubs. Call them Ikarugas.
Or Radiant Silvergun.
That's way too long a
That's
name
full
for
mass.
Yeah.
That's like, you're ready to go. You've got a
Look at
Radiant
that guy's
Silvergun.
radiant silver gun.
Tell me that's not a cool name, though.
Radiant silver gun?
Yeah.
That's legit.
Which one haven't I? Okay.
It's highly legitimate.
In Pilot Wings 64,
Oh shit!
the face of which famous character replaces George Washington's face on Mount Rushmore?
Mario?
Correct. Bonus.
Damn.
If you
Good
run-
answer.
Good answer.
Daily
Good
double,
answer.
daily double.
Okay.
I had to clap. You got a daily double.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You should have said Daily Double. We just
Oh,
went over
I'm
this.
sorry. Daily double.
Daily
And-
devil? Did you just say?
You know what you should do
Yes.
is post edit like that. That like
The noise.
The noise. Yeah.
Wow, you don't even need to add
There
it.
you go.
Just
done.
right there.
Yeah.
Done.
Actually, next time you
Done
do that,
and done.
it's give it a little pause, and I'll.
All
All
right.
right.
Yeah.
Good times. All right. If you run into Mario's face,
Mhm.
what happens?
Instant
you get a coin?
ejaculation.
Incorrect.
Okay, I don't know, I
Want
don't
to try to
remember.
steal?
Instant ejaculation is what I said.
Who does the
Wow.
ejaculation? Mars'
That's
face?
part of it.
Oh,
Okay.
that'd be fun. The mountain just.
I don't remember what happens if you
Off
hit
of
his face.
It turns into Wario.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah. Now you remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
once
guess-
you say it.
I know. Now your turn, Piper. I think we're gonna do one more question.
Uncle Pipe.
One.
One.
Uncle
Oh,
Pipey's.
now it's
Two.
three. That's yeah.
It's 3.
In which game can you find a shop called Jill's Sandwiches?
Earthbound. No?
Incorrect.
I thought they might have a Jill's sandwiches in
Uh,
that.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Resident Evil 3.
Good guess, but no.
Okay.
It is Dead Rising.
Makes sense.
I have not
Capcom.
played a Dead Rising.
I played all the Dead Risings, but I've never finished one.
I have watched a lot of people play some Dead
Right.
Risings.
Good game.
I don't like them.
Really?
I don't. Well, I don't
They're
like.
fun. Well,
I don't like wave combat and mask like Dynasty Warriors and that stuff.
I can't even say that I really like them because every time I've played them, it's just messing around. You know what I mean?
Right. I
Just
think
like-
that's what. There's no goal or there's no
Yeah.
clear. You know, there
There's
is a goal,
goals.
but I mean,
But whenever I play,
doesn't
it's just,
appeal.
yeah, it's just me killing zombies and having fun as Mega Man.
I appreciate that you guessed a game that
Thanks.
preceded Resident Evil.
Yeah.
that and like there are shops in that game.
There's only
There
one
are.
Jill though,
Well,
so it had to be a game of that Resident Evil relation.
it didn't have to be. There's
You're right.
that Jill
Didn't
from.
have to
And I picked Resident Evil 3 because that was Jill's first
Right.
leading role.
Right.
Not first appearance of Jill, though?
No. First
Okay.
leading role, though. Because Resident Evil 3 was all straight up miniskirt Jill.
Spider-Man 53, first appearance of Jill.
Yep, there you go. First appearance of Jill Valentine.
Jill Valentine.
1968. Spider-Man 53.
So I kind of need to sweep the next round in order to stay in the game a little bit.
But to be fair, you're the better person to do the voices anyway. Because if I do the voices, it's not going to be a good time for anybody.
We'll see.
Oh.
There might be some questions
All right.
directed at you. Maybe. I don't know. I have to check it.
Wee!
That was the end of trivia round 2.
Trivia!
Okay, let's move on to the next
We're going to
segment.
ham-fist her over into my segment of the night, which I'm pretty damn excited about, and I want to know ahead of time. I was hoping so. I know you've played it. You've not. Fuck. I was hoping to get one that we'd all played so we can love
That's
on
all
it.
right. We can talk about it
Instead of
quickly.
that, it's just going to be us gushing on it
Go for it.
and hopefully making you want to play it.
Didn't really look appealing
Oh man,
when it came out.
so appealing.
Can we talk about what game it is?
This game in question,
Yeah.
Dark Cloud.
Can I please include Dark Cloud 2?
I'd like us to actually spend most of our time on Dark Cloud 2.
Thank you.
Because it's a far superior
It is
game.
can also, you know who makes that game?
Level 5.
Level 5.
That's a level 5 joint.
That's a level 5 joint. Dark Cloud 1 was interesting because when it came out, it was filling a really vacant spot of RPG.
Cummy fuckhole.
Yes. In the PS2's RPG library.
Yes.
At that point, there was dick. There was dick for RPGs. There was dick for RPGs. Dark Cloud 2 came out and promised Legend of Zelda-ish gameplay. Remember?
And that's why I didn't want to do it, because it's like, is this
But
just a riff-off of
it isn't.
Zelda?
No.
It looks like it if you see
It's
certain
different.
points, like the combat at certain clips would look like Zelda.
And the back of the box actually did kind of make it look a bit like a
But it's
knockoff, but, just more Zelda.
Right.
But it isn't. It's. I mean, you build the city that you build the town or whatever.
That's half the fun.
Right.
Like,
You literally
city
get-
building was half the game for me.
literally get buildings and place them and build the town. And
Yeah.
Does it play Jefferson Starship while you do it?
It should.
It should.
We built this city
That'd be-
on level 5.
that make the game better.
Oh, okay.
Why'd you stop?
So,
Sorry.
But Dark Cloud 1's combat was real slow. The thing I hated about Dark Cloud 1's combat is that if an enemy were to shoot a projectile at you, it would go
Yes.
at like 2 miles an hour, and you can see it coming.
Yeah.
But if you weren't already moving, you weren't dodging it.
Right. Which is okay. It seems like a small thing, but it's maddening. Like you're like there, like you should be able to dodge this because it's going so damn slow.
But yeah,
But to know that you're not going to,
it's just bullshit. So the
you
Dark
don't
Cloud
have
1
like a
introduced
duck
some
to
good
the side or
ideas,
something cool.
but really Dark Cloud 2 came and just blew the doors off of.
Because it built
Everything
off
at
of
the
all
time.
the good shit from 1. The only thing I remembered about 1 that I liked, not better than 2, but I wish they'd incorporated it, was a little bit of world diversity. You were in the fucking desert fighting a djinn. You were all sorts of different places. You spent a lot of time in a forest in number 2. And then you spent a lot of time in, like canyons. So there was, yeah, it had this,
Okay.
it's like, not the Grand Canyon, but there was, it was just this series of canyon levels. It's basically a stage, kind of Mario 3-esque, where you hit like this, it's like a little level,
Mhm.
but it's in a stage, so it's all that theme. And you go to that level, and you have your little kind of pre-built thing. Everything on the level has that fog of war, so you're looking for like, Chris, help me out, a key?
That sounds right.
You're looking for a key, and
It's-
something else. There are some power-ups. There's like chests all over.
There's
so
chests that you're trying to get.
there's a compass, I think, kind of like Zelda.
You're trying to get a sword
for
at
each
one
little
point,
scenario.
too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But you build. So if you're the girl on 2, you have a gun and a sword that you're using. If you're the boy, you have a wrench and. Oh no! He
You
has the
can
gun.
play
She
No,
has
either boy
magic.
or a girl.
No, she has a
Yes.
sword. And magic.
And magic, yeah. And
he
has
has
a wrench
and a gun because he's more like
like a
mechanical. Like
a
he makes
steampunk
shit.
kid, yeah.
But the game we gotta talk about the art style because
yeah.
Dark Cloud 2 at the time,
Cell shaded, correct?
it's cell shaded, but in a
Technically cell shaded.
it is cell shaded, but like it has a very distinct and very vivid and just a great art style that at the time was very visually striking. Like it stood out from the crowd. Like it wasn't a game that looked like anything else. Nothing looked like Dark Cloud 2. Like when you see Dark Cloud 2 in action,
Yeah.
it's distinctly Dark Cloud 2.
The shading was beautiful.
It was it was long. It was very like the gameplay varied. It was epic. Like Dark Cloud 2 did everything right. There was the kid. Now I don't remember exactly what it was, but the kid with the wrench.
Are they both kids?
Yeah, they're both
Boy
Mhm.
and
kids.
a girl.
No, that's the thing about Japanese games. They think that the prime adventuring age is like 15.
Yeah.
If you're
After
he
you've
seemed a
gone
little.
through puberty.
Yeah.
He seemed a little short, like a little less. Like she was probably 15. He might have been 13, 12,
he might have been like
something
12.
like that.
I don't know.
She
I forget his name.
has
She was Monica, I believe.
Some big old boobies for a 15-year-old.
Was she?
Yeah, she
boobs.
developed early.
Oh, she
man.
does. Yeah, that's right.
Maybe they're just emphasized by her outfit.
But they're all kind of. I don't know if that's not
Is that
chibi,
her?
but they're.
She has pink hair, long
That's-
ponytail.
Okay,
like a
yeah,
different
that's a
alternate
costume because they did alternate outfits and they had
Mhm.
like ultimate outfits and they had like dress up outfits
max.
and then like casual outfits that you
Mhm.
could change. They didn't do anything, but it was fun to you could you could craft them or do you had to buy them?
You can craft things. That was the thing that the kid did. Was like he with his wrench. He had. Wasn't there like this conveyor belt thing? Like
Well, it was taking photos. He took photos of stuff
oh,
and
the
he would
photos.
invent
Yeah.
stuff.
I forgot about the
So you
photos.
take like a photo of a trash can and a light bulb and this other thing, and then you could make a vacuum cleaner with all those photos of things that he had seen around. He's like, oh,
yeah,
you
the
need a
photo.
vacuum cleaner, so you're just like,
You take a picture
and then
of
he invents it.
you take a picture of things, and then then you can start using those in your crafting and stuff like that.
That was cool as hell.
It was very cool. This game wasn't even called Dark Cloud 2 in Japan. It was called Dark Chronicle because they went with like the whole dark thing. It was Dark Cloud and then Dark Chronicle. Then they were gonna make another Dark if they continued the series.
All I remember is that last boss dude. I forget his name, but he
Emperor
would look.
Griffin.
Oh, I was gonna say he looked like a griffin.
Yeah.
Emperor Griffin. That guy was a bitch. He was hard as fuck to beat.
Yeah. This game came out in 03, man. It's 11 years old.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Anyways, that game.
Good.
They also had a golf game that you could play after every
Oh
stage,
yeah.
and that game was totally worth it.
Level 5, man.
Okay.
Dude, like
Hella golf. Like you didn't have to do it, but yeah, it was bonus round. You go back to the level that you had just played, but there are no enemies. It wipes out the entire stage, but all the landmarks are the same and stuff like that. And then you're meant to put this ball through like a ring midair or something like that, and you're trying to like get your like the trajectory right and stuff like that to get it straight through. And if you get it to the end in like 3 swings or something like that, you get treasure or you get something was worth it. Because I did that shit all the time while listening to Evanescence and Linkin Park
But see, that's what you did in 2003, okay?
and Audio Slave.
Meteora.
Hell, listen to some Audio Slave.
Now, so let me ask you. It's not Dark Cloud 2, but it's related. Did you play Rogue Galaxy?
But don't ask me that.
Why?
I'm just kidding. I did. I still have that.
Okay, because Rogue Galaxy,
Level 5.
in my opinion, it's a level 5 game.
Yeah.
That was the game they made after Dark Cloud 2, and
Similar art style.
in my opinion, yeah, it has a very similar art style. I want to say it's like the same graphical technique, not the same
Yeah.
artist, but the same graphical technique where it looks cell shaded.
I can say that.
But it's not like Jet Set Radio, but it looks like it's like a half cell shading.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We should ease you into Dark Cloud 2 with that game because it's similar and it.
Well, that's what I was
like
getting at.
it's more of a JRPG. It's an RPG.
Well, but it's real time combat. It's fast paced.
That's
it's
true.
all real time combat. Like you go up and you do the hitting yourself.
So it's more like a Star Ocean than it is a.
Well, not even. You don't go into a different battle screen.
Right.
You
It's
just attack right there on the screen that you're already on. So, but it's a party based, real time combat system. And
the game was cool.
oh, dude, like Rogue Galaxy, I almost think is like, especially when it compared to Dark Cloud 2, is almost like a fucking spiritual successor in my opinion because you have you have heavy crafting in Rogue Galaxy.
You do.
You have very similar combat even because in Dark Cloud 2,
It was
it's
all
real
real
time combat.
time.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's almost like a Legend of Zelda ish where you just go up, you fucking combo
You
people
had a
with your wrench.
set amount of like rats in the sewer.
But it's at level 5, man. They got it.
That level 5 joint.
They know what they're doing. You guys should play Nino Kuni.
Won't talk. Yes. I'm on that Ni no Kuni. Actually, that's the fucking game I should finish while I have I'm just finishing college
You should
applications right now.
Finish.
Yeah. I got to
What?
Cowtown. What was that called? Moo something. The desert.
I know I don't know the name of the town. I know
Okay.
the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to the desert, and then you get that other person, and it's harder to fight with two or three
Did you
people.
do the
It's harder for me.
volcano yet?
No, that's like the desert
That's
is
where
the
you're
second
going.
place you go. So you go to the volcano.
Okay. So yeah, I know you're right then.
So I just stopped playing.
That's pretty early. I mean,
Yeah, it's the second city.
Yeah.
But I
Oh
loved
wait,
it
so
all
you
the way
got
up
the
until
girl
then.
then? You just got the girl, right?
Just now.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, and that was months and months. It was actually years and months ago.
Damn.
After it first came out, like two months in, I think I stopped
Man.
playing because I had something to do.
We don't. I mean, we don't need to keep talking about other games, but I'm gonna suggest that maybe we do a level 5,
Oh, we should. Yes.
like.
I mean, we're kind of
main
sucking a
event.
dick now, but I mean, we should go in a little more depth. I think
Let's
sometime.
do a level 5 main event or bit by bit in the future.
One thing I don't want to get away from talking about, which we hinted at a little bit, was the town building.
Yeah.
In 2,
Oh yeah.
far better than number 1. They
Everything
like
in 2's better.
they blew it up into like a meaningful mechanic. Where in number 1 they were playing with like, oh hey, you could rebuild this town, and they're like, that's cool. In this one, you can rebuild the town, customize it, and when you rebuild pieces of the town, it changes the present time because you fixed something in the past.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, oh shit, I rebuilt let's say that tree over there or something like that, but that's where these two people fell in love, and now those two people are different than they were in the town, or those two people are there now. Like she was like, oh my husband's gone, or like this boy that I never knew, or something like that. You bring the tree back, and it's just like, oh no, we're married, or something like that, and we're gonna have a kid on the way, and then you rebuild them a house, and you rebuild the train station, and but it was hella cool, and you
Oh,
could
yeah.
like customize it to look how you liked, or like face buildings certain ways, and it's like you had to make the town happy. Like, it's like, I really wish that the train station was facing east because that would make it easier for me to get on the platform but next to my house or something like that. Stupid.
And these mechanics.
But when you did it, like you get this rating for the town, and when it gets high enough, some kind of like treasure or something like that, they would do something cool for you.
And think about this
Hella
is
cool.
this is 03. This is 2003.
Yeah.
This is like a year and a half after the fucking PS2 came out, and like, or 2 years after the PS2 came out, and it was just doing things that it was just way ahead of its time. I mean, there's nothing like it when it came out. I used to.
It's ahead of some games this time. I would rather play Dark Cloud 2 right now than some of the games.
Dark Cloud 2 is fantastic. Is yeah, better than a lot of stuff that's out right now. We're so ahead of their time. It's just crazy that that high of quality happened that early in the generation. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like them. They keep it popping too. Cooney, they still got stuff going on in the current day. It's not like they just made Dark Cloud 2 and then Rogue Legacy and we're like, I mean, that was fun, but we're out. Like
Quintet.
Do you know who does
Quintet.
You know who does the main character's voice in Rogue Galaxy?
Jadato!
That's a little B2K action. You know what that is?
Is that Brian McKnight?
No. B2K is Batman 2000.
Oh, is that the Terry McGinnis?
That's Terry McGinney.
Holy shit. Is it really? Will Friedle?
Yeah, Will Friedle is Rogue Galaxy.
You don't even doubt.
Will Friedle's a good voice actor.
Will Friedle's a pretty good voice actor. You know what my favorite voice acting thing he's ever done, which was not voice acting, it's just the favorite thing he ever said when he was on Boy Meets World?
What?
Feeny!
Nice.
When he like squealed Feeny when Feeny was coming.
Yeah.
Did you watch Boy Meets World?
Oh, I've watched every episode of Boy Meets World.
You know when he was scared of the Feeny then?
Everybody's
That's
scared
my
of
favorite
Feeny.
thing he ever said. That's like his
thought it
his whoa. The Joey
That
Lawrence.
was Joey
like,
Lawrence's Woe. I thought it was weird that their principal lived next door to them and used to hang out with them all the time.
he was their Wilson. He
And
was
they
just
had like a
howdy
barber.
neighbor, except for he was just like, hello.
Did they have a barber shop in their house? Yeah.
Feeny?
No, the Boy Meets World house. Like the house, like the garage was like a barber shop.
Was it really?
Yeah.
It's fake as hell. I don't remember that.
They used
Was
to
that
run, like, a
later? Was that the
salon. It
college
like a
years?
salon or something.
In
No.
the garage?
Yeah.
Somebody should tell Topanga
Is that
to
legal?
go because she had too much fucking hair.
Topanga had nothing wrong. The only thing Topanga had wrong was too much clothing. Let's move on.
Mm-mm.
16-year-old
Mm-mm.
Topanga.
We need to high five. That's what I'm talking
All
about.
right.
Too many clothes on Topangs.
So, the game on tap,
Times.
Dark Cloud 2.
Fucking
It's
play
great.
that, dude. All of
Please
you.
play it.
Oh my god.
It's
I'm gonna
really
go
good.
back and play that shit right
they
now.
need to do like a they need to do like a level 5 greatest hits
Anthology or like a
collection
compendium or
on
something?
something, on anything.
Collection.
Yeah, you
Collective.
could put Dark Cloud on there, you could put Rogue Galaxy on there, call it a day. Like charge $50 for it. I'll buy it.
Cooney. You need to have something new on there. So
Put
just
me
give him
and
like
Tony
the
on there.
Essentials collection. Come the fuck on. Fuck, I forgot what we were saying last. This ham-fisted segue brought to you by Trivia.
The final.
The final round.
And
Final-
brought to you by Level fucking 5.
Which is going to be the focus of an upcoming episode, if not the next episode.
Those guys make the most solid sponsor for
Level 5?
ham-fisted Segues. Yeah.
I will suck the level 5 dick.
I will suck a
I
dude's
think
dick.
you guys did quite a bit of that.
We did. If Level 5 was a dude, that dude would be pleased right now.
There is a
Mhm.
dude.
Consider him satisfied.
Right.
Akihiko Hino, I think. I gotta look it up. Anyway,
All right. So
It's a dude named Shadow.
where did we leave off with trivia?
It was me, because I got a 1, and then I answered the quote right, but you didn't want a 1, you wanted a 3.
All right.
No,
Go ahead and roll,
what-
Piper.
No, wait,
what
was it
the
you?
last? What was the last question?
What was the last question? What's on there?
Oh. Wouldn't you like to know?
I do.
Let's see.
This feels like having this die, this 4-sided die.
I hate 4-sided dice.
I like them.
They just
But-
they don't feel natural to me.
The only thing that sucks about a 4-sided die is that you're using a dagger,
Yeah.
not even like a longsword, like a 1-6 or something like that.
Yeah.
You're using the weakest. You're just using like a whip.
Yeah.
You're like,
Right. That's
doesn't
the
armor
weakest-
pierce? There's
yeah.
nothing. You're just like bink, and you're like, I got a fucking 1.
You know,
High chance to
in
get a
the
1.
Battlestar Galactica RPG, you use a 2-sided die, which is essentially a coin.
Coin, yeah.
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 That's
It's like a chip,
Why?
you're like-
why even bother? Like,
No,
that's so
just use a
stupid.
coin.
Yeah.
No, I mean, why even bother having that?
Yeah, don't even
Yeah.
have it. They have apps now that do it too.
Just put a fucking
Yeah, that's
quarter
stupid.
in the box for the game.
Or just don't do that in your fucking game.
Yeah. Don't do that shit.
Anyway.
He said you want a 50-50 chance on this thing that you could fuck up. So,
Right.
anyways, this feels like Count of Monte Cristo, where it's going like the thing, and then you fucking win, like, kings to you.
Yeah.
How dare you?
But 4-sided dice, that's a 1.
No, it's not. It's a 3.
It's a 3.
It's totally.
Wait, well, did we
Four-sided
decide
dice
who
just
gets?
don't
Is it me
roll.
or is it you?
You.
Is it
I
me?
think. I don't know.
I don't
We'll go
remember
with
what the
that.
last thing was, but that's fine.
We'll go
It's
with
you.
that because I'm dreadfully behind and I'm bound to fuck it up anyways. So,
No, this one, she's got some questions for you, man.
alrighty, I trust you. Her.
You. Her.
Her. All right, fine, Neil.
Let's try this one.
Link.
Okay. At the end of which game are the characters found appropriately playing Dungeons and Dragons in emulation of a Dead Alewives skit?
Of a Dead Ill Wives skit.
Yeah.
That's a game you're talking about?
One more time. In which game are the characters?
This is a video
At
game?
I know,
the
yeah.
end of which video game
Video game. Okay.
are the characters found playing Dungeons and Dragons in emulation of a Dead Alewives skit? So the Dead Alewives is this comedy troupe,
Sure.
and they have a skit. And these characters are emulating that skit at the end of the game. And they're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Dare I say, Wanda Sykes?
Close.
You're so close.
Good answer.
Good
Thanks,
answer. Good answer.
Earthbound. Sega
No,
Genesis.
No.
Dark Cloud
Call of
2.
Duty. Call of Duty.
Fuck.
You
Okay.
wanna
I'm
do
out of
this?
time.
Got
Gotta get
they're playing
Dungeons and
Dungeons and Dragons. This is a video game.
They're playing
Video game.
dead wife ales.
At the end of the video game. So
Dead
it's
Ale
the
Wives.
ending. It's like it's an Easter egg at the end
Right.
of the game.
Where they're playing
Yeah.
Dungeons and
They're
Dragons.
playing Dungeons and Dragons.
A la
And what game
Dead
is this?
Alewives.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
I understand the question. I just
no, I understand. I understand the question. I just have no
Okay.
fucking idea.
Would this be a hint? If there are any chicks there, I want to do them. Yes,
I
you
do.
know.
Is that a video game?
That's
Is this
at
like
the
a-
end of a video
Is
game.
this like a
Is it?
multi-island game or something? Is it a
No.
PC game?
No, I didn't know it was an end of a game though. I just watched the thing on YouTube.
Right.
Is any chicks there? I want to do them.
Right. I
What?
want to cast
The guy
magic
went up to go get
missile
Mountain. Yeah, he
At
went up
what?
to get Mountain Dew from the kitchen.
at the
This
darkness.
is what? Oh, they're talking about the Penny Arcade game at the precipice of
No.
Rain
No.
Slick Precipice.
I was
I
gonna say,
think you
was it
guys
from
just
that?
don't know this.
I don't
No
think I know the
idea.
game now.
Okay, it's Summoner.
Summoner?
That's at the end of Summoner.
That's at
No,
the end of Summoner.
Summoner?
I just saw that skit online.
Yeah,
Summoner.
I didn't know it
Like
was
the
from
PS2 launch game Summoner?
Summoner. What is it? What?
That,
Why is it?
Like, who's played Summoner?
Because this is a really popular thing. I thought in the gaming community,
No.
everyone knew about it.
I was never
Summoner was
Okay.
a
a
PS,
Summoner. I do know that.
PS2 launch
You
Yeah,
know,
game.
do you know the skit or do you know the Summoner skit? Like where they're
I know where they're doing it. Like the guy is just like, if there's any chicks there, I want to do them. But it was
Right.
like from a little web comic almost, I guess.
I
Like
guess they
I
were
saw it
parodying
on-
Summoner 1. Summoner is that game is crap.
Oh.
That was a
Chris is
PS.
sad because it's a bad game. It's like, that's not fair. It's a shitty.
No, I'm sorry.
No, that's
It was a
okay.
good question.
Kings to
It's
you,
fine. It's fine.
Marquez.
So you got a 4, Chris. Let's see here.
I rolled a 4, Justin.
You totally. We all saw that, right?
I did.
See,
I
this
seen
is cheating because you're ahead.
4.
Oh.
4.
4.
Okay.
You pick 5? 5 alive,
5.
baby.
In which game?
Fast Furious.
Oh yeah, this is miscellaneous. In which game can you switch from regular mode to Goofy Foot mode?
That is 1080. Snowboarding.
Is it?
Absolutely, it is. But I mean, there might be a different game you're thinking of.
It is.
I'm thinking Tony Hawk.
Oh my gosh, maybe it's just a big thing because it's not night. Well, that's not.
Absolutely, they
can-
told you
Okay,
to pick
all right,
regular or Goofy in
let's-
1080
all right.
and
That
64.
must just be a boarding term.
It is.
It is a
Okay,
boarding term,
let's-
actually.
Let's get rid of that
Was
one.
it
because
Snowboard
that
Kids
clearly-
or what is it?
Snowboard Kids?
Snowboard Kids?
That's in every board because if
Okay.
you're doing Goofy,
Snowball?
that means you're doing it the left-handed way.
Yeah.
Right, you
Oh,
go
what was the
Goofy
game?
and
I was
regular.
thinking Skate or Die. But
Oh,
Okay.
that's a skateboard.
That's
It
probably
makes
one of the
sense, right.
first ones that did
Right,
Goofy
right.
or
I didn't even
I thought the
think
most
of,
prolific
like,
one was 1080.
Right. Let's redo this one then, because that's.
I don't know. They made
Okay.
a billion Tony Hawks
Skate or
if
Die.
you do that.
Okay.
Genesis.
In Little Nemo, the Dream Master,
Yes.
what do you feed your animal companion?
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
I love this game. I don't.
I know. I'm hard pressed
It's
to
not
remember
really-
what material you feed your
I remember
animal
playing it.
companions.
I actually really like this game.
This
I
is
don't.
the only thing I remember.
I don't remember.
I remember swimming.
I remember digging.
Oh, I remember digging.
We
Yeah.
all had different experiences.
I clouds.
If you had asked me what on a boy and his
Yeah.
blob, what do you feed your blob, I would know that shit.
Well, of
semen.
course, but that's not.
Seriously, like, yeah.
It's just the boy jerking off into the blob's mouth. The
His
blob
jelly
is
beans.
the blob is a metaphor for the kid's jizz.
The blob is
Mm.
basically
The boy and
his
his blob.
aborted brother. It's a symbolism the whole time. His dad's like wasted wad is just going through an adventure.
Why
with
do
him.
you
It's
think
white.
you shoot vitamin C
Gross.
from your Vitablast?
Truth.
So,
Judge?
you know the answer?
I don't. I'm gonna say
Carrots,
He throws it and it bounces,
bubbles,
and they eat it.
diarrhea.
semen. What?
It's candy.
Poopy doo doo.
Oh, the candy. I do remember that actually. I remember exactly what
Yeah.
they look like.
Feed some
I remember
candy.
exactly what they look like. Yeah.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
All right, that's it.
Okay, so I guess it's Piper's.
Piper's turn.
Whee!
Oh, you got a 4? That's awesome.
At least I see the sound.
How
Oh,
does
yeah!
that happening?
How did you predict I got a 4?
I'm just good. Okay,
Fuck, man, you belong at the head of trivia.
I do.
No, these are good questions.
In theater rhythm,
Damn it.
the
Featurism.
mode
Fe-
in which 99 two-stage levels can be found is called the what?
99 two-stage levels is
There
the
are 99 levels, and each level has 2 stages. It's a mode in theater rhythm.
damn it, it is the
You know this.
I do. It's
Featurism.
dark.
Hmm.
I know.
Dark mode.
No.
Featurism.
Dark Chronicle.
Why can't I have just set my fucking screensaver to have that
Right.
on it?
Dark Cloud 2.
No.
Maybe you should-
it is.
You should, in your mind, go through all the different modes.
I'm trying.
Oh.
It's dark.
Okay.
Give me a sec.
I'll give you 5 sets.
Wow.
I mean,
Dude, he's getting all the.
wow,
all the
I'm
good
getting a
stuff.
lot of sex here.
It's 5 of
Um,
them.
Yes, that's a lot.
Excuse me, bartender. May I have 1 sex, please? um.
5.
Fuck.
Oh my gosh, Paper, I'm gonna cry.
I know.
I made this question for you. 4, 3.
I'm between Dark Crystal and Dark Tower, and it's neither of those.
No, it's not.
Yeah, fuck it. I don't know.
1.5.
What?
I'm so
You're
sad.
so
I'm
sad.
disappointed. Okay. You got nothing?
No.
Okay. Chris.
It's been so long since I played that.
You haven't been playing Curtain Ball?
Oh no, I played through like the first round of stuff, and I didn't do the dark.
You don't have anything, Chris. Sorry.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
I don't know, Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
That's some job in Final Fantasy.
That's not the right answer, Chris.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's incorrect. It's the Chaos Shrine.
Chaos fucking Shrine.
Oh, well,
It
see, you
is the
said dark,
Chaos.
so like.
I didn't say dark.
I said dark.
I know
yeah.
you did say dark.
That's what's talking about chaos.
Chris.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow,
Fucking-
it's your turn.
Fuckhole.
What did you get when you rolled?
Let's see.
Um,
A 3. A 4.
4.
Yeah,
It's funny. Your 3 sounded like 4.
I read it wrong.
Yeah, it's a 4-sided die, and it's far away from your eyes. It's
I'm pretty blind,
completely
too.
understandable.
Pretty blind.
In which game can you find the character Kurt Ziza?
Kurt Ziza.
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 Ziza. Z-I-S-A. Ziza.
You find him.
You find him.
It sounds like something Jay Muse is saying when he says he beat somebody up. He's like, "Good size up."
Wait, you seriously don't know this one?
No, I don't know this one.
Man.
Kurt Siza?
Yeah,
Ziza?
Ziza.
Ziza?
Ziza.
Don't.
Ziza. I don't know.
Kurt-
Z-I-S-A.
Chrono Cross.
Z-I-S-A?
Yes. Kurt.
No, it's not
K-U-R-T.
Chrono Cross.
Oh, no, I just
No, it's not Chrono Cross.
thought I
It's
just
not
blocked
Valkyrie
out an answer.
Profile.
It's not Valkyrie Profile.
Because those are games that you find a lot of characters in.
Mhm.
I'm going to say Suikoden 2.
No.
Okay.
It's a good
See,
answer.
maybe that was tricky language.
Good answer.
You find a lot of characters
You
in
find a
Suikoden.
shit ton of people in
108
Suikoden.
of them.
Yeah.
You
Suikoden's
guess?
got nothing but like. You're like, hey, I
It's
found
not
some
a
dude.
playable character. That changes it.
Oh.
I'll give you another try.
That changes it slightly.
How about a system?
Mm.
How about another hint?
How about a system? Come on.
Um.
Get a stew on
You don't have to. You find.
Just try. It's a non-playable character
Kurt
named Kurt Ziza.
Ziza or Ziza?
Kurt Z-I-S-A.
I would
However you want to pronounce it.
I would say Ziza. I don't think it matters. I know him no more than I should.
Castlevania 2. Yeah, I don't know. I just picked a name from my memory.
Your memory.
Yeah.
Memory. Dark Cloud 1.
No. It's from Kingdom Hearts. He's one
Who
of the
is
guys.
he?
He's the guy that you fight outside of Agrabah.
Uh,
He's the special boss guy. He's the one
really?
that can go around and
Oh, I
fight.
remember fighting
Yeah.
the social boss in Agrabah.
Right, right.
I didn't know his name was Kurt
His
Ziza.
name is
I
Kurt
don't remember
Ziza.
fighting that special. I remember fighting the one above at Peter Pan's clock tower.
No, I
And then
totally
Sephiroth,
remember
but-
the Agrabah fight because that fight's a bitch.
Mhm.
But
And I remember the big slinky thing in Wonderland on the table.
yeah,
Mhm.
I
don't-
don't remember
I
Kurt Ziza.
I don't remember any of their names though.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Sorry.
that's okay. I'm feeling like a dick because I'm like, did I make these questions too hard?
Don't feel like
Well-
a dick. You are the equalizer.
I remember
guess.
playing.
I mean, I'm not doing a good job of trying to catch
Well,
up, but
I mean,
I love
I'm
Kingdom
trying
Hearts,
to
and
help you.
so I
Thank
mean,
you.
I could have known that. I just I played Kingdom Hearts in like 03.
it's like,
Yeah.
if you remember the questions from
11
Drunkcast,
years old.
I feel like you went like I went easy the first time I made trivia questions, and then I got a little bit sneakier on the Drunkcast. I feel like you're doing this, and I like it. I like going a little deeper. Kurt Ziza, what if I knew it?
Go
I'd
deep,
feel like
huh?
a badass. Going deep like a mushroom.
What'd you get?
Love mushrooms. 4?
I think
I
you
got a 2.
2.
I got a 2.
Yeah, you did get a 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check it.
For you,
For you,
Piper.
I'll do 5 rupees.
Actually, you did get 4.
I got a
You got a 4. You totally got a
4.
4. So listen to this carefully.
I don't want it.
In which game can you find a non-playable character named Mancomb Seepgood?
Kingdom Hearts.
Fuck no, that's Monkey Island.
Yes, Monkey
Oh,
Island.
Monkey Island.
Yeah, Guybrush Threepwood.
Yeah.
Monkey Island, like PC Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, sir.
Like, you didn't have a PC, and I get
You never
it,
played a
didn't
Monkey
play
Island
it.
game.
It's like, what was it, guy? No, Mancomb Seepwood. It's just like, never heard of him.
Right.
The
He's
pirates
like-
were hella
He's
salty.
like, what's your name? He's like, Guybrush Threepwood. And he's like, that's a silly name.
Yeah.
And Guybrush is like, what's your name? He's like, Mancomb Seepgood.
Good.
So stupid. Okay,
He
we're going to do
gave-
3
that's
more
great.
questions. 'cause
Shit.
That's how many you need.
Right.
All right, let's hit it.
Okay, so you got a
2.
whatever I say. Yeah.
You son of a... Same thing you said?
Right. Okay, I hope you get this one. Super Mario... Oh, this is an analogy. Super Mario Brothers is to Mushroom Kingdom as Vagrant Story is to...
You got these?
Yeah.
You're letting them
You
win
are, he's
now.
giving
I'm
them
letting him win? Really? I wasn't sure.
She's practically giving them away. And you never know. I am pretty thick sometimes. I could fuck this up at any
You
moment.
got
She's like,
one.
I gave you this question. I'm just like, is it Sega? And you're like, it was cockatrice. And I'm like, oh, I'm an
Cockatrice.
idiot.
Is that what you say is cockatrice?
How do you-
Can I get a point?
Cockatrice.
Thank you.
Is it cockatrice?
Cockatrice.
Yes.
So I say the E, like the European E for I on everything except for cockatrice.
Apparently. Wow.
Ever since I was little, because I played Discworld when I was like, I was 6.
You rich boy in your PC shit.
Look, man, PC was all we had, except for the NES that we had, and then the SNES, and then
Except for us having everything.
Quick, hide behind jacket!
How dare you?
If only I could throw stuff on the ground and then become a log real quick.
So you rolled a one.
That's not a one.
That's a one.
There we go.
You've died of dysentery.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's gonna
Nice.
be legitimate. Yeah, that one's hard. because nobody will know.
What is it? Just read it out. Just say it out. Let's see if we get it.
It's pop
Bonus
it.
question. Just say it, man.
Wait, bonus
Say it.
question?
Just you
No,
said we're not
this
gonna know it.
Oh, fuck.
No, I was joking about. the one
Oh.
I'm joking.
Say it, baby. The cock gonna walk, baby. You Bruce Dickinson. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you, except when my pants are on, I make gold records.
Okay. So, okay, here's what I'm gonna do with this one. Whoever answers first is gonna get it.
Oh, fuck, I like this.
I feel like Chris might answer this one first, and I'm sorry, but I'm running out of questions.
That's cool, I like this.
Okay.
This is
It's
the
an
what is this? Hot
analogy.
seat bonus round.
Right.
Lightning round.
Wait, lightning round.
Okay, here we go. Last trivia question analogy. Billy Lee is to Jimmy Lee as Virgil is
Chris.
Dante. Oh,
I'm sorry, but then that's
Oh,
easy. We both
yeah.
knew that one.
what?
Let's tie. What
Do we
else
have
got?
another one or no?
Yeah,
I could
Because we got
find another
strict
one. Okay.
points.
This
Let's just
one's-
shout the
I'm
answer.
sorry.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
I'm gonna give you the point, and that makes you
Well,
guys
it's-
tied right now.
I should have gone.
I said something first.
Okay, but you guys
But
are
I
tied
listened to
right now.
directions.
So, okay.
Yes.
Whoever.
That's
Okay.
bullshit.
Guys,
Don't buzz in.
It's a baby
Bullshit.
back bullshit.
Don't
This game
buzz
is
in.
for babies.
Okay.
Just say the answer. What game is this from? And it's a quote. You spoony bard.
Final Fantasy IV.
That's good. What else
Good
you
job.
got?
Fuck, we are cool.
You guys are awesome. I love
That was in, like perfect synchronization.
it.
I'm keeping this cast forever.
Okay. All right. Here's the question. Just answer it. No buzzing in. This is sorry. It's Easter eggs. Okay.
Please be a Banjo Kazooie question. Please be a Banjo Kazooie question.
Okay.
Chris hates that shit.
In Doom
Banjo-
2.
Oh,
Fuck.
I don't know Doom 2.
Yeah, I don't know Doom 2 either.
Uh-oh. If you walk through the final boss's head, what do you find?
An exit sign? A chick? A devil? Semen?
Death?
Call of Duty?
Lava?
Who?
A world
You're
full of
closest
lava?
So far.
I said hell.
Okay, that's close to.
You're in hell.
You die?
Another space marine?
Uncle
Who knows?
Andros?
Doom 2.
Who knows?
Wanda Sykes?
Who's ever
Wanda
played
Sykes,
Doom 2?
Ice tacos?
Do we give it up or... Ice
This is
Tacos?
PC
Yeah.
questions.
It's
I
this.
know. See,
Who the fuck had a PC when they were small?
Only rich people.
Fuck all that.
Okay, so it's the head of the lead programmer on a stick. Here, we'll do a back of the box.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Don't look at what I'm searching for.
Okay.
Oh, Weeping Angel. If you watch Doctor Who, you would know this.
Doctor Who, man.
Both played.
Weeping
Um,
Angel's some cool shit. Fucking Final Fantasy.
That's a good game.
That was good. Yeah, Spoony Bard.
Spoony.
Spoon. I was
Fucking
talking.
adjective.
Yeah.
Don't look.
Spoony. It's not as good as Cummy.
You really like Escaflowne.
I do really like this. Okay, so
Escaflowne.
This is the wackest episode. Escaflown.
all right. So this is what it says on the
Are we still like looking away or?
Yeah, please look away.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
we're
good.
doing
I
like,
haven't seen
Don't
shit.
buzz in, just say answer.
All right.
Okay,
hey, nice trophies.
thank you. Here's what it says on the back. Rain destruction on your foes from the back of a flying, fire-breathing
Drakengard.
Good.
Wow.
Good job. Wow.
Victory!
I knew you guys played it because we were talking about
You've
it.
got fucking what's his name from Bloodsport? Like,
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
yeah, you
JC
had his
guy.
fucking face.
JCB Dizzle?
JC Bedizzle.
All right.
Yes, you code 3 in your hand. That was the decoy?
Well, that was to cover up the front,
Oh.
just in case. Yeah.
It would have been fun. It would have been funny if one of us said, "Scone 3!" Because we cheated and fucking
I would have
saw.
been like, all of your points are gone. You cheated.
Well, at least we didn't cheat.
Yeah, rain down fire on your enemies while getting a
That's
bunch of party
totally
members from the
stupid.
ground. Yeah.
All right. That was the end of trivia. Sorry, it was all
Let's
like,
get trivia.
Trivia.
We don't even have a. Who would win to do the voicing?
We have a main
We have a
event
main
though,
event.
and if we
So-
find out a voice, then I will do the main event as it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna start the main event off, and it's gonna be a quick main event because we've already talked about Square a lot. But the main event I wanted to bring up this evening was to talk about Square's announcement yesterday that they were going to be bringing Final Fantasy VII to the PS4. Now, it's a huge topic of conversation, especially in our group of friends, but I imagine worldwide
Right.
that
In our group of friends, aka the world.
yeah, the gaming populace, like everybody wants that fucking PS3 tech demo they made of Final Fantasy VII. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It looked outstanding, and it was running on PS3 as a tech demo. I understand that's not necessarily how the game would look, but it's still, as a concept, it was just this giant cock tease. See, I used it.
They mocked our roosters with this one,
They did. They absolutely mocked the roosters.
and it's not cool.
Mocked the cocks.
Yeah, box of cocks.
So ever since then, that was like what, 2005, 2006?
Tech demo.
Yeah,
Sometime
Like,
back then, might have been earlier.
because of that demo. Well, even before that, but the demo just exacerbated. Like, we want this fucking game, and so PS4. They said Final Fantasy VII is coming to PS4. They start playing this video of
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII. Everybody's on the edge of their seat, thinking
the old
Oh my-
version.
the old. They're playing PlayStation 1 footage, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is the remake announcement."
Hmm.
Right? But then
You're expecting the old footage,
they're expecting the old footage to transition into new updated PS4 graphics.
just a clean, like a wash fade into like,
Yeah,
like
like,
awesome looking
here's
fucking Advent Children
all your hopes. It's Advent Children,
looking ass.
the game,
Right.
and it never happens.
Oh, that's a fucking.
It never
that's a cummy
transitions.
dream, is what that is, and it's
They
a
are
dream
really-
that will never happen.
They are releasing PS1 Final Fantasy VII. Well, I guess technically it's the PC version, but it's
Right.
still the fucking PlayStation, the same game
Right.
on PS4. Why? Fucking why?
A game that came out. Did that one release '98?
What, the PC
No, it was
version?
after that.
I think it was 98.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was soon afterwards. You could play it on the PC.
Oh my god.
Well, you know, Chris, some dipshits speculate that that's going to be a PS4 seller.
Don't say
if
it.
anybody buys, if anybody spends $400 on a system to play a fucking PlayStation 1 RPG
that
that
you
can
could play
on
your
everything
PlayStation 3, Vita, and PSP,
and PS1,
and PS1.
you can
and
play.
PC.
You can play on NPC.
The only
on
thing you
Steam.
can't play it on is your Xbox and your fucking Nintendo.
You can play it on every Sony system ever released.
If you're fancy, you
And-
can play it on your fucking phone.
You can play on your phone. You can play on your computer. You can play anywhere. But then
I take it back. You don't even have to be fancy. You should play that shit on your
You're
phone.
playing fucking, now you're gonna play that same version on
Right.
PS4. Why? Fucking why? What did they even do that announcement for?
Hmm.
Literally, all they did was piss people off. Pissed me off
Mhm.
because
It's
it's
an
wasting
insult.
everybody's fucking time, including their own.
The stuff we have in our pockets is more advanced than what they used to put Neil Armstrong on the moon. It can certainly play Final Fantasy VII. You have an engine, a computer that's just like mind-blastingly better.
Did we talk about this already? I feel like we did.
We've
don't
mentioned it, but never had it as like a mini event because it's a topic of conversation that we're very passionate about.
And this
Right.
shit just happened.
And it just happened yesterday, and so I want to talk about why. What do you guys?
This is why I date the episodes now.
I want to know why you guys think they won't. Why don't they remake Final Fantasy VII? Why?
Because, well, they're going to, I feel like. One day,
But it's when they're on the verge of extinction.
when they're on the verge of extinction, or when there's like a big anniversary date.
Okay.
So when was it released?
So like for the
1997.
7, yeah.
So
was-
possibly 2017, possibly 21.
Right.
Wait,
21.
21.
On
You
For
know,
the
when everyone's dead.
150th
Okay.
anniversary.
PS 30.
20. I can't
30.
do math. What's 25 years after?
25 years after 97. Fuck, man.
32.
Is it
Okay,
32?
sure, 32. Yeah, that sounds right.
No, after 25 years
22,
after
22.
97.
Yeah, 22.
What?
35, 32 is 32
22.
years after 2000.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay.
I
I
just-
said 21.
I
only
just
half
out-mathed Asians.
I'm only half.
Woo!
I'm only half.
I'm,
Me too.
I'm only quarter black.
Let's go.
Let's do this. Wait, fist fight?
No, I mean let's keep.
Oh.
You want to bump? Let's go.
You want to go?
Oh, you trying to flex?
You try-
Told you I was quarter black.
Yeah.
Church? Let's do this.
So that's what I feel like they're waiting for, because they know that people are gonna buy that shit.
Well, let me
Yeah.
point something
That's
out.
their Call of Duty. That's the shit that they were like, we
Right.
could release a new fucking one of these every year and people buy Final Fantasy VII from us. But
The
they
thing
don't.
that is, look, Square is not in great financial standing.
Mm-hmm.
Square is
Right.
not making a ton of money.
Currently.
They have canceled projects. They have wasted. They have failed projects. It's. I don't understand what they're waiting for. If it's 2017, fine, to 20th anniversary. But is it worth waiting for this milestone to not make the money that they could be making right now? PS4 is out, so they have the power to make Advent Children graphics a reality.
Easily. They
Final
could do it
Fantasy-
within a few years. They
I
have the
don't-
template for the game, just make it.
This is and that's the other thing.
How do you
Sure.
know they're not working on it?
Well, we don't.
We don't.
Right. So maybe they are working on it.
So maybe they're just
and we don't
mocking
know.
our roosters right now
Maybe
while they're
what this
while they're
is-
laughing.
This whole Final Fantasy VII port.
Building hype.
Yeah, maybe it's just a teaser because it's like,
Maybe.
you get them all excited just to put them down, but then you actually release the title.
But if they did that, great. But I think you're giving Square way too much credit.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know.
They won't
don't
do.
know.
Square in history has never done anything remotely similar. Because that would be cool.
Mhm.
They've never done anything like that. They've never tricked.
Companies have to change though. The audience is changing. They need to. They need,
Pushing
they need
pizza in
to
our
find
face.
different ways to.
It looked like Jerry Springer right now.
You're
Right.
right.
Pushing
but
the pizza out.
You're right. But this is actually something that I think is a commonality in Japanese companies. Japanese companies exist.
Not knowing when to capitalize.
They exist in a bubble. They do what is good for Japan
Sure.
and only Japan.
Huh.
So they don't consider what the rest of the world wants.
Just
And-
for glorious Nippon.
Yeah, exactly. And so they do. I don't think that they're considering the fact that and it boggles my mind because Final Fantasy VII, as a digital download on PSN, is the #1 sold PS1 classic and one of the highest selling PSN games ever. It's
They can still charge $8 for that shit.
and it still sells. It's still always in the top the top 20 every fucking month.
Yeah.
Do you
15 on
think
Steam.
that will decline if they were to release a new Final Fantasy game?
What do you mean?
The digital downloads?
Right.
Like the number of digital.
Yeah, sales.
Maybe. I'm wondering if it will spike nostalgia for people that aren't buying it or downloading it or something like that, and be like like Final Fantasy
Because-
VII. They'd be like, yeah, I like this new one. Let's go back and play the old one a little bit.
If
Or
they're
what if they're
making
disappointed? Like what if they're
money still on that old Final Fantasy VII?
yeah?
They have no reason to upset that.
What if they don't want to tarnish the name? What if they do it like they do this graphical like this resolution
Possible.
upgrade and stuff, and they're just like everybody
That's
hates
a
it. We
lot.
should have left it.
I don't think they're
alone."
worried about that.
They're not
Okay.
because they're going to make their money regardless.
Right.
Their bottom line.
That's
is
the
all they care
bottom
about.
line, but also
Right.
they're
Yeah.
also they're. I don't think that's the bottom line, but the other factors are that this game is already made.
Right.
The hard part of this development is done. The story,
Right.
the system, the characters, like it's all finished.
The only thing
The
is
writing,
aesthetic.
the events, it's all done.
You need
the
to.
only thing,
Yeah.
you just plug that into fucking the Final Fantasy 15 graphics engine,
Right.
and you call it a fucking day.
Oh, that'd be so fucking pretty.
It's all the hard work's done.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just the fucking
But
game
how many
engine.
times have we said that for every like generation? Like, just plug it into the Final Fantasy 12 engine and it'll be done.
Ooh.
I wonder, like,
Yeah.
I don't make games. I wonder how easy this actually is. They have all the stuff. I mean, they have like
It's just even
creating
if,
a story is done. Doing all this stuff, all the right. You don't need writers. You don't need anything.
That's
You just
done.
need somebody to like type in the stuff. How difficult is it?
It's not saying
in
it's
actuality.
easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but what I am saying is that a large portion of the legwork is already done.
That and you figure they can make Final Fantasy 15. If they can make this game, conceivably they can make something that they've already made
Well,
look like
they
something they're
always do
making.
Assuming
that.
they're not working on it.
They've done
Assuming
that.
they're not
So
working
they've
on
already
it.
done that.
Right.
They've remade several Final Fantasies already.
Yeah,
They
but
remade
how?
4 like 3 times. They remade 4 with fucking 3D graphics.
But 4's
even.
not 7.
No, but why do they keep? That's what I'm saying.
4's
It's like,
not selling every month. On
no,
Yeah.
it's not. But that's what I'm saying is, that's exactly what I'm saying. The most popular game they have, they don't do anything with.
Because they're still making money on this fucking old ass game.
So you're
that's nearly
saying-
20 years old. Why
So
would
it's
they
the money
need to
machine.
disrupt? Well, if they make the new one, who's going to keep buying the old one anymore?
Well, nobody.
Nostalgists.
Exactly. If they're still making money on it, why would they stop that?
Irene makes a good point.
Why would they stop that income?
I haven't actually thought about that.
Because that's what they care about is money.
Final Fantasy
So-
VII, the PlayStation 1 version, still sells.
They are the oil barons of the video gaming world.
Why stop selling that game, which they have to do nothing because it's already done?
And that's why they're making it or they're porting it to PS4 because they can.
You
'Cause
heard
people will
it.
fucking buy it.
You heard it on MultiTap first, folks.
Irene figured it out.
She broke. She broke the Da Vinci Code.
You're
It's
welcome.
done. Yeah. Thanks,
But I mean, what else could it be?
No.
Like,
Right.
It's all. I mean, it's
they're
all
not
about
fucking
money.
stupid.
And it's
they
like-
Well, I think-
sometimes make bad decisions.
Right, but they're not.
But with their okay,
These guys are
sometimes they're
babies.
stupid. But I mean, with Final Fantasy VII, I think they know what they're doing. They know that they're sitting on a golden goose egg.
They're looking
Right.
at Final
The
Fantasy
expressions.
VII sales, and they're like, you know what? This
We're good.
shit is still selling.
Right.
We're good,
Just let it ride, baby.
right?
Let it ride.
And then they have it probably developed mostly. They've
Yeah.
probably been doing it with every generation.
Yeah.
They've had something ready for it, just in case it starts to slump.
They do 20 minutes worth of work and make a tech demo from the train station into the thing for PS3, and they're just like, no, just tickling your rooster. It's fine. I'll see you in 20 years.
I don't remember what happens in Advent Children because it's been so long since I've seen it. But can they make a part 2 of that?
They could probably.
Okay.
I love that.
They,
they
uh,
might
It wouldn't
do
be
that.
Sephiroth, but the characters are all still there.
right.
Right.
Most
Sephiroth's
characters,
not.
yeah. But if they want to choose a different, there's resolution in Advent Children, but
There's-
I mean, you can always create
Well,
conflict.
I mean, like,
so,
but there's potential for.
Well, there was resolution in Nana 7.
Right.
They created
so
conflict in Advent Children. They could do more with this.
you
They
can
could
always,
do a
yeah.
prequel, right?
Oh man.
You
Maybe.
could do
Well, they could do a prequel. They could
You could-
absolutely do a prequel.
equal,
There's so
yeah,
much
easily
storyline
with
in there.
Zach and
It would be mostly
Tifa
about
and-
Zach.
yeah.
But they could absolutely. They did a prequel. I mean, that's what Crisis Core is.
Right.
Um,
That's what I was thinking of.
yeah.
The
But they
Type
can make a
0
movie.
too. Type 0 doing some pre stuff.
Type 0 is not related to 7.
Is it not?
No, Type 0 is a.
Oh no, you're right. I'm not
self-contained
thinking of that.
story.
I think I'm thinking of Crisis Core.
Crisis Core is one about Zach on PSP.
Right.
That was a really good game. I think that game was great.
It's one of my
I-
favorite
Type
games.
0 is actually made by that exact same team.
I have a question that I think is interesting. Do you think there's ever an event horizon, like a drop off of people, like they wait too long
Oh yeah.
and
I
people
think
won't
there is.
buy Final Fantasy VII? Do you think there's
No.
a,
Think about
a point
this.
where people
I think
won't
there
buy
is.
Final Fantasy VII remake?
I
Okay.
think there is.
When you're 60 and you hear about a Final Fantasy.
Well, me
VII,
and you, yes.
Not me.
Right? Well,
Not me.
I'll
not
still
you.
buy the
I
shit.
don't like Final Fantasy VII as much as everybody else does.
Oh, okay.
But you would.
Oh, yes.
You would.
I would.
My
I would.
brother would.
Yes.
Probably my husband would.
It's like Nathan
Yeah.
probably would.
Probably.
I think that
I didn't
there
even
is
know
a
that guy.
large
He'd
portion
probably
that
do
still would, but I do think that there's people that are just gonna grow
Die
out.
before it happens.
Well, they're gonna die before it happens, or they're gonna grow out of.
Namely, Nobuo Uematsu.
They're gonna grow out
They
of.
don't need him because they got his music for it.
I think that people are gonna grow out of that genre, maybe like Japanese RPGs, right? Like turn-based battle systems.
It's not
aren't
even
always
that
gonna be
though. It's the
people's cup of tea.
nostalgia. It's not even.
How far does nostalgia play though? I mean, is it gonna
It
last?
does.
what I'm
Think about the
saying.
games that you played 25 years ago.
But yeah,
Would
but
you
when
play a remake of
like
it?
say we be
Like, one of your
like Chris and I
favorite
blow up into some kind of crazy thing, like you go on to be a CEO, I go on to be an actress, you go on to be something,
Actress.
yeah, a mistress. a
Mistress
dominatrix somewhere.
actress.
Yeah, you go on to be a professional hobo. We all go off in these directions where we leave not video gaming behind, but like, at what point, like, does our life progress to a point where it's like,
We
I
can't
don't have
play
the time or
an
effort to go
80-hour
back and
game,
fucking
yeah.
play
Did you play the
Final
new
Fantasy
Ninja Gaiden
VII?
when it came out?
But that wasn't a remake. It was a new series.
Right, exactly. But it's that nostalgia. It's that old game, and you're like, oh, it's Ninja Gaiden. I'm gonna play it. It's
Ninja
Ninja
Gaiden's
Gaiden.
No, Ninja Gaiden's not necessarily a fair analogy.
Okay,
Just
which
because
one is
that
the
game
remake?
doesn't play anything like that's completely new. The only thing similar about that is the title.
I'm trying to think of like modern remakes.
Ultimate
of-
Ghosts and Goblins on PSP, Mega Man
Okay.
X, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, Mega Man Powered Up. Those are
You'll
all.
stop everything to go back and play a Mega Man though, because those don't take 90 hours to complete.
Those are timeless. That's why you were.
Timeless.
You
Well, they're not
Forgot
time
that.
You
consuming.
forgot that part in your sentence.
Let's go back and edit that. I'm just gonna put
My point
timeless.
is that even if you stop playing video games altogether, I feel like Final Fantasy VII has made such an imprint on so many people's lives that they would go back to it. Even
My great grandchildren are just like playing in the yard, and I'm just like hobbling up to a box and stuff like that with a cane and just throw it in and be like, I love this game.
You shouldn't play it at that point, because I bet you at that point that game's worth its weight in gold.
I bet you if I got to that point, my
Yeah.
thumbs would be too fucking busted to play a video game.
Oculus Rift, baby.
right. Oh, we'll have so many different ways to play it.
Oh,
Jack
shit.
in.
These guys are thinking, like, they are thinking about it, but they could sell Final Fantasy, an upgraded remake,
Mhm.
then they sell the fucking Oculus,
Where
and
you
then sell
are
Final
Cloud.
Fantasy, whatever the fuck comes after Oculus.
It doesn't matter how you interact with the game, you know?
People are gonna buy it.
So, yeah.
Well, because technically, this game isn't even that old, but I would rebuy Skyrim at $60 or probably even $80 to play it through the Oculus.
Okay. If you want to.
Man, I wish this was
guess.
a video cast sometimes.
Oh.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. What a lump.
Lumpy.
Oh, thanks. Am I not loud enough?
I'm just.
Fine.
Because
See
I
what
moved
it is?
back and then quit.
No, I mean, I wasn't. You guys moved back, so I figured I'm
I'm gonna bring it all up to the campfire here.
But I mean, think about it. Like,
Three.
wow. Do you want some alone time?
Yeah, as I fillet the mic.
All right. So,
Yeah.
I really like that. I really like that insight there, Irene.
I feel like that
Thank you.
sound was
That's why
filtered
you
through my
see.
bristles,
Yeah.
through my
Possibly.
mustache, as I, that's gonna come out pretty clear. I
They're
think.
not gonna.
think so.
They're not gonna do it because they don't have to.
Right. When do you ever foresee a time where they have to, aside from them going bankrupt?
I think that it's a get out of jail free card for them.
Okay, so this is
Um,
basically just their ace,
It's,
and they won't be anything other than their ace when they're like
it is
when they're
absolutely.
fucked.
It
They'll just be
is-
like, well, Final Fantasy VII time. You
It
knew
is
this is coming,
absolutely
boys.
their ace.
It's the ace in their cummy fuck hole. Yay!
Damn it.
Brought it back.
Oh
Oh,
no.
that was horrible. That hurt so bad.
If it hurts, that means you did it right.
Mm.
All right. Well, with that,
I'm sorry.
that'll
That was good.
It hurts
that'll
so
bring
bad.
us to the end of the line.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was I think that was, like, it was succinct, but it was a lot of probably good points, probably pretty valid for
Very.
the reasons behind why
Possibly.
this exists.
Or they're just
probable.
assholes.
I
That could
mean,
be it too. I mean, they just don't care. They're beyond that now. They're like, we don't want to fucking deal with it.
right.
That's the least likely scenario, though, because they would make a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, which voice do you guys want to hear? I'll do the end of the line
you never
as
did your
somebody.
voice. Yeah.
I'll do the end of the line. I'll go out with
That's
somebody.
it?
Who do you
Yeah.
like?
I don't know. I really like
That's
your
it.
walking.
That's it for the show. You like walking?
I do like your walking a lot. Let's do walking, man.
Just do walking.
It's
Just
his choice. He won.
that's true. It is your
Walking's-
choice.
I like walking. Let's hear it.
It's December. You all know what that means. You'll be walking in a winter wonderland. And when summer's here, come May, June, you'll be walking on sunshine. Wow. So, thank you, everyone who listens. If you'd like to jump on the old iTunes and give us stars for how you think we talk to you on the internet, I like the number 5.
In relation to stars.
Stars.
You remember?
Or levels.
Level 5.
Chris-
5 stars.
Christopher Walken was on The Simpsons that one episode, and it was a really quick, like part when he's reading a book to children,
Yes.
and then the children start like scooching away.
Good night, moon. Good night, room.
Yeah.
Good night, cow jumping over the moon.
But do you remember what he says to the
Scooch a little closer, children. Don't make me tell you again about the scooching. You in the red, chop chop.
Exactly. Good job.
Do you know who voiced that?
Christopher Walken.
That was Jay Moore.
Oh, really?
Really?
That was Jay Moore does a killer Christopher
Yeah,
Walken.
That's good.
Also, Kevin Pollak does a pretty good one.
Nice.
There was a quickly before. I know we've already told people to give us 5 stars and like check out our YouTube whatever and subscribe and like us wherever and tell your friends and suck our dicks and whatever. But
Mhm.
there was this one time I was listening to, it wasn't a podcast or anything, it was like Kevin Pollak on the radio hell back in the day, and he told this story about how he had met Christopher Walken. Shit. Okay. Compose.
Yeah.
He met Christopher Walken. I have to keep my composure or else I'm not going to be able to tell the story.
All right.
Met him at this party thing. His friend dropped him off. Or no, he came, and Christopher Walken's friends had dropped him off there. He walked over to him and he saw him and he said like, "What? Hey, hey Chris, it's cool to see you." He didn't know who Kevin Pollak was, and he goes, "How are you, Chris?" And he goes, stranded." Stranded says, "I've been looking around for the bastards who brought me here. I'd have faced facts, they're gone." So he's like, "Do you need a ride?" That'd be swell." So they get out of the parking lot, and you have one of those the boop boops, but it turns your car on for you.
Yeah.
Like it just or something like that.
Auto
So
start.
he decided that it would be funny to do that as Christopher Walken was walking to the car.
Uh-huh.
So he auto starts it. He jumps back and does his he's got his hands out like, "Wow, Kevin, I think your car's alive." And then he said, "I swear to hand to God," he looks at the car in the headlights and goes, "Chase me." So good.
Nice.
It's a great story.
Yeah.
A great fucking Christopher Walken story. So, if anybody feels like jumping on, we're on Twitter, we're on the YouTubes, we're on the Facebooks, we're on everything. At MultiTap podcast. What's our email? MultiTap at fistfulofpotions.com. It's on our websites,
Yeah.
on our ground zeros, at Crimes and Punishments. We love you all. You bunch of cummy fuckholes.
Thus concludes the MultiTap broadcast. Gramercy to every listener, and many welcome returns. If so led, the hosts encourage 5-star ratings and reviews on iTunes. If you should like to contact the hosts of MultiTap, or give general public comment, they may be reached by way of Facebook at MultiTap Podcast, Twitter at MultiTap Podcast, or personal phone number, which they wisely refuse to give publicly. MultiTap is made possible in part by a fistful of potions and viewers like you. We shall return, as scheduled, in MultiTap Theatre.